you guys, what's going on? I totally forgot you had that Temple of Mercy shirt. You haven't worn it in such a long time.
Yeah, I haven't worn it in a long time. It's a good shirt.
I just when we were in the car today, I just realized we had that Obsidian sticker that we got from that show where we saw them, and bought some stuff. It was like I didn't even realize that sticker was in the backseat of the car all the time.
So today we got to go to the club. So it's not going to be a super long show, but I got mugs in the freezer in there. I think they've been there about 45 minutes. They're probably cold enough to frost. We'll see.
I hope so.
And I got 2 different kinds of beer. Got apple pie moonshine. And got some peanut butter whiskey. And we'll drink some of this.
Yeah, that's what, because I remember you guys said, like, last week, was it last week we did the Colt 45 and all that situation?
It wasn't Colt 45 was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that was 2 weeks ago, that's right. Yeah, last week we did the Modelo.
Modelo, Modelo was good.
Those were good, yeah.
Yeah.
So one of you guys said, oh, you should do, like, pumpkin spice stuff. So I said, well, I'm down for that, because I love pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
So.
What was that stuff called? Modelo what now? It's like beer, but it's fruit and spices.
Michelada.
Michelada, yeah. That was good, man. All right, let me go get the beer.
Okay. But yeah, so we went to...
Let me put this here.
You gotta put... You gotta be fancy.
Gotta put that there. Do you want the same kind for me and you? We'll have the same one.
Yeah, we'll both see how they are. Because we got 2 different kinds, like, you know what I mean? Because, I don't know, I like pumpkin spice stuff, so... We'll see. I ordered some pumpkin spice coffee, and it's, the brand name is Wake the Hell Up, which I thought was very funny. And the pumpkin spice, I guess their Halloween brew is called Headless Horseman or something like that. And the box is, like, really cool. So I got some of that, and that shit's pretty good, too. I actually wanted we went to Walmart today, which I hate going to Walmart. But, yeah, we went to Walmart today, and, I wanted to get some pumpkin spice creamer, but they didn't have, like, a small pumpkin spice. They only had, like, the big ones, and they were fucking $10, and I was like, fuck that shit. So I got one that was kind of like those, what are those fucking cookies called? Like, that are Dutch or whatever. They had some, yeah, I can't remember what the name of them are. But they had, like, some creamer for that, and I was like, that'd probably be good in pumpkin spice coffee. So I got some of that instead. But, yeah, so we were at Walmart, and we looked at their beer selection, which was a little... thin. I think the only fall kind of beer they had there was like they had the Sam Adams like Oktoberfest whatever. I was like, let's go to ABC Liquor because we passed one by on the way to the redneck store. It's like, oh well, there's an ABC Liquor right there that we didn't even know was there. So I said they'll probably have all kind of fun shit.
Yeah, show them that.
So this is one of the ones we got. This is Pumpkin Nitro Cold Brew Coffee Imperial Pumpkin Ale. So I was like, ooh, that sounds delightful. So yeah, we're gonna have some of that. We got another kind too, but I can't remember what it is.
It's not super cold.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I'd probably put
I didn't realize that we were gonna be at fucking Walmart that long.
Yeah.
Note to self, don't ever go shopping at Walmart on fucking Friday.
Oh, this smells great.
Everybody was there. Everybody. And we're like pushing the fucking cart through the thing, and like the Walmart near where we are is a little bit of a shithole. So thank you.
That smells really good.
Oh my god, it does. It smells
like coffee.
But yeah, so wow. the aisles are like really narrow, and for whatever reason, even though it was super busy in there, they decided, oh, let's stock the shelves. So every single aisle had like working. I don't blame the workers. I know they're just like they're just doing what they're told, but. So there was just like pallets of stuff like in the middle, and then like millions of people were there with their children, and it was just kind of like, oh, it was a shit show.
They're trying to keep up with demand.
Or a shit show,
buying stuff.
I guess. Mm-hmm.
Okay, this looks good.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it's good.
I like that. I wish it was colder.
Is that real?
I wish it was colder.
Yeah, it needs to be colder. But is that real, you think?
Real what?
Man, it almost kind of tastes like it's artificially flavored.
Well, it might be. Let me see. What does it say? Figure a box out, Jenny. I'm like a monkey. I can't fucking figure out. There's not really a lot of information. I guess like you can go to their website or whatever. STBC beer. Southern Tier Brewing Company. 4 cans. 8.6 percent alcohol by volume. 4 cans. So, nitro. I mean, yeah, it's good. I just kind of wish, like I said, because we went to Walmart and it took, like, longer than I thought. Like, by the time we got back, there wasn't, like, enough time before the show started to, like, get the beer chilled, you know what I mean? I got it in the fridge as soon as we got home, but it's
I'll
still...
put the next 2 that are in line in the freezer. Try to get them colder.
Good idea. That's good. It's pungent. It's very, very strong. The flavor is very strong.
Smooth, though.
Yeah, but it's good.
It's not too dry. It's a little dry, but...
I don't taste much pumpkin. It's mostly coffee, but that's okay with me. You get a little bit of pumpkin, I guess, like on the back end.
It's weird taste.
Or a little bit of pumpkin spice.
Weird.
I don't know. I like it. Let me see what it say. What it say? Dude, it's dark in here. I can't fucking read that. Brewed and canned by Southern Tier Brewing Company, Lakewood, New York. Blah, 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 blah. Government warning. Does this have, like... Oh, yeah. Somebody told me before, like, they don't actually have to have nutrition information on the beer cans.
Oh, they don't? Good.
So, it's got, like, all... It's mostly like a coffee thing, because you can see... You probably can't see it, but it's, like, all little coffee beans. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Yeah, little coffee beans. Cold brew coffee, pumpkin nitro. Pumpkin ale with coffee. Yeah, that's good.
Not bad.
They had another one, because, I mean, they had a million. ABC had, because there's kind of a swanky, like, ABC not too far from us. And they had all of their fall stuff, like, out on the end caps, obviously, as they would. And so it was hard to pick. They had, like, a bunch of different ones that looked really good. They had one that was, like, a pumpkin spice latte. And I was thinking about getting that, but then I saw this one, and I was like, oh, I think I'd rather have that.
Guillermo Cohn says it's awesome. Micheladas are awesome. Doesn't feel right drinking them during the fall, winter months. It's not fall or winter here.
Yeah, but like I like to pretend, though. I like to pretend that we have seasons. Because I like to pretend that it's fall and winter all the time. So it's like I try not to go outside ever. I just stay in the air conditioning and have pumpkin spice coffee and peppermint coffee all year long, so I can pretend that it's not summer. I'm not a fan of spring and summer. And that was another thing too. Like when we were at Walmart, I kind of feel like they didn't have. Because wasn't the only fall beer they had was the Sam Adams, right? They had Sam Adams Oktoberfest, like special edition or something. And then they had, they had Angry Orchard and stuff, but they have that all the time.
Where are you talking about?
Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart doesn't really have anything.
Well, they had a lot of beers and like,
it's just
hard seltzers, but a lot of them were still the summer flavors.
Yeah.
I feel like they were still trying to get rid of all the summer flavors. And like some of those sounded good, but I was just like, well, I was kind of more in the mood for like some fall kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
ABC has all the crazy shit. Has all the good stuff.
Like I said, I couldn't even pick. They had so many. And I already told them, I don't think you saw it, but I saw, I've got some pumpkin spice coffee that's called Wake the Hell Up.
Yeah.
Headless Horseman. Well, it's called Wake the Hell Up because the whole company, like, I guess it's like extra caffeine.
Yeah.
I haven't noticed any like extra heart palpitations or anything, but it's good though.
I don't think we'll drink the next one in a mug because I think the mug wasn't quite cold enough, and it actually sucked the coolness out of the fucking beer into the mug, maybe.
Yeah, because the cans have been in the fridge much longer
You're right.
than the mugs have been in the freezer.
When the mugs came out, they frosted, but they weren't cold enough.
Because I didn't even remember, like, to remind you to put them in, but you remember.
Should have put them in last night.
Yeah, but we
mugs,
weren't thinking about it.
I've had mugs so cold that you pour beer in it and it all just turns into slush in the bottom. That's what you know.
Well, see, that's the ideal situation because you can't really. I mean, I'm gonna say you can't put ice in beer. I mean, you can, but everyone will look at you like you're a weirdo. You can do it in your house by yourself.
Those micheladas had ice in it,
with nobody judging.
The michelada.
Well, yeah, but that's kind of, and I don't know. That's what I mean. I guess that's the same thing. And like some people said, hey, why are you putting ice in beer? But I was just kind of like, I feel like that's an exception.
Yeah.
Well, some people like to put ice in wine too.
The michelada was,
and I don't think that's weird. I mean, I know people will look at you like you're weird, but I would totally do it.
Michelada is a way of turning beer into a mixed drink. It's gonna have ice in it and a salted rim. Shit was good.
Honestly, pretty much everything should have ice in it.
Milk is good with ice in it.
Yeah, it is. I know, and a lot of people are grossed out when I tell them that, but like my entire childhood, Yeah, my entire childhood, I would have.
Poured right over ice.
Yeah, with my lunch, I'd always have like a little ham sandwich and like a little ding dong or something like that, and I'd always have like a big frosty glass of like ice cold milk. Like Spock is moving back there by himself.
Yeah, you need to run away.
It'd be really weird if like somebody's watching this and they didn't know that Pookie was back there, and they're just like, "Oh my god, you have a poltergeist." Like Spock is moving around by himself back there. Pookie's back there going, "I love you, Spock. I love you." Dave is asking Tom what your best recommendations for pumpkin recipes are.
What now?
Your best recommendations for pumpkin recipes. Ooh, that's a good thing to talk about because we've even put like some of those in our cookbook.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we've told the story a million times, but we bought like some pumpkins for Halloween, and like after we carved them and like put them in the window, and we're like, "Ooh, scary, scary." Then we like roasted them, and I was actually they had pumpkins at Walmart today, but I didn't see how much they were.
Okay, so you want me to answer it?
Yeah.
Man, I like pumpkin soups.
Man, I do too.
But if you can take basically what is pumpkin soup and put chicken in it and have it spiced in Indian spices and make like a chicken pumpkin curry. That shit was really good.
Oh yeah,
she liked it.
Too.
I liked it too.
Yeah, that was delicious.
It's really good.
I don't remember if we put that in the book or not. And Tammy just said the pumpkin soup in the cookbook is delicious.
It's pumpkin soup.
Yeah. We have that for like on Thanksgiving sometimes.
Yeah.
Like as an appetizer.
Yeah, I took that same pumpkin puree and just added it to basically what was going to be like a chicken masala or a chicken curry, and put that pumpkin puree in it and just added enough stock and creamer to it to get the consistency just right, and then served it with basmati rice. It was really good. I had I think it was just chicken breast cubed up, and you have it in ginger garlic paste, a little bit of oil, and garam masala, turmeric, a little bit of pepper, like chili pepper, and just let it sit like that. And some yogurt, and let it sit like that for 6 to 12 hours. And then fry that real quick in oil, the bottom of a pan, until it starts getting browned. And then pour your pumpkin puree into it, and then turn it down and simmer it. And now probably add like chicken stock to it, and just cover it, but just let it reduce slightly. Bring it up to a boil, and then turn it down low. Cover it, reduce it a little bit. Taste it, make sure your salt ratio is right. See if it needs any sugar. It shouldn't, but sometimes you can put a little bit of sugar in there to brighten it. And then top it off with cream, heavy cream, until you get a nice creamy consistency, kind of heavy. And then let that go for like another 5 minutes till everything's hot again, until it starts simmering again, and then serve it. Serve it over basmati. Shit was real good.
Yeah, I liked that very much. We should probably make that again this year. Like I said, we were at Walmart. They had a big fucking big boxes of pumpkins like on the way out, but I didn't see how much they were. They didn't have a price on them. I kind of feel like the ones we got last year. Whoops, I forgot that box was down there. The ones we got last year or the year before at Publix, those were a good deal because we got them like a little bit early. I think they were only $6 for like really, really big ones. But I mean, we could grow some of our own, I guess. And you could probably buy them.
It's not time to plant them, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. You could probably buy them, like, around here, I'd imagine. They're selling everything else. When we were driving to Walmart today, there's a guy that... What's his name? Ray's Produce or Ray's something. And he always, like, sets up on the side of the road. He wasn't there today, though, but he has, like, a whole little setup there. That's the thing. A lot of people around here kind of have farms, and so they...
Yeah. They were trying to sell barbecue ribs, pork barbecue on the corner. They didn't last long until the rain came.
Yeah, because it started storming. Yeah, they were there. They were setting up when we, like, went to Walmart, but then, like, when we were coming back, like, it was raining really bad.
Looking at them, I think it's that church up the road. There's a black church up there right outside of it. It's got a barbecue pit, and over there at Oasis. They said that that's the fucking best barbecue around.
They know how to get people to come to the church.
Yeah, the church is mostly barbecuing.
Yeah, they're like, we don't give a shit about like all the sermons and everything like that. We just want some good barbecue.
So you can sit out there in front of a little Baptist church and eat your barbecue out in their front lawn.
They got like corn on the cob and stuff.
No, not that I saw. Not that I saw. I haven't eaten there yet.
Oh, are you going to?
Eventually.
Yeah,
they said it was good. Usually, if I'm hungry in that area, I go for the Mexican food. But I'll try the.
I need to go back to that Mexican place. I remember it being good. And you said that it was actually better than it was.
Yeah, it's better than it was. A lot better.
That's that little place that's like half grocery store and like half restaurant.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I can't believe you chugged that whole thing already.
Yeah.
And he was like, before we even started, he's like, well, we can't drink that much because we have to go out after.
Well, I can drink a beer fast.
And then I was just kind of like, well, so don't drink that much. No, I can't drink.
I can chug those. That's how I got so fucked up that one night at the club. I was drinking those mojitos.
Kidding. Holy crap. We've told that story, right? But I couldn't believe that. I have seen you like drink hard liquor.
Yeah, lots of it.
For hours and hours all night and not get that fucked up. I mean, you've been fucked up, but not that fucked up. You were like really fucked up.
Because I'd buy one and then just down the whole thing and put it down there and buy another one. I would just fucking slam them.
Man, they're so weak.
Yeah, these things are weak.
So he just kept drinking them.
Must have slammed about 12 of them things.
I don't even know how many you had. I had 2.
Bunch of them.
I got one when I first got there, and then I drank that, and then like an hour later I got another one, and I'm like, I don't really want any more. And so then I started drinking water, and then like at the end of the night, like everybody was just kind of like, is he all right?
I think people were buying me stuff too. It's been a long time. I think I don't remember.
Yeah, I know you don't. I know you don't.
People were giving me drinks too.
I know you don't.
I think people were giving me shots. They'll do that.
Well,
they don't have shots there.
No, they don't. I was gonna say that you must be thinking about the Oasis. People buying you shots there.
Yeah.
We used to kind of get in trouble like that at iBar too, because like we'd drink a lot there. We'd get to like some Red Deaths or something like that. Have 3 or 4 of those, and we're just like really fucked up, and everybody's like, "Hey, want some shots?" We're like, "Yeah, why not? Free booze." And then I'm just like, "Oh, why did I do that?"
Yeah. Next thing you know, you drank a Fireball, and then you drank a Red Hot, and then you drank a cinnamon or an oatmeal cookie,
and a lemon drop,
and you're slamming them, and that was back when everybody's rich around here. It was, man. That was a good year. It was a good time.
Well, yeah. I mean, what I can remember of them, it was like really fun.
There's always this same group of regulars in there. It was downtown Orlando, and they'd show, oh hey everybody, and they'd get a round of shots for everybody. They just walk in and buy a round of shots, and you're just fucking slammed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still drove home. I was able to make it home.
Well, that's what I mean. That's why I'm saying that this one time when we were... was it Memento, right? Was it Memento or... no, maybe it was a Saturday night.
No, I don't know. It was at that same place. It was at the new place.
No, I know it was at the same place, but I didn't remember if it was like Memento Mori night or if it was like a Saturday night. Because I know we've been on...
Saturday night.
Yeah, I think we've been on Saturday a couple times. Yeah, because I think Sophie was there, and she usually goes on Saturday, because she was one of the ones that was like, is she okay?
Yeah.
Not Sophie that from
another Sophie.
Michigan, another Sophie that we know.
No, they could tell I wasn't all right.
Yeah, it was pretty clear.
I started moving different.
It was pretty clear that you weren't all right. Well, our friend Tiffany, who bartended at iBar, she quit when they moved, or Barbarella. She used to joke, she's like, she could always tell like when Tom was getting drunk. She could never tell when I was drunk, but she could always tell when Tom was.
Yeah.
And one of the things that he would do, and like even some of our friends like kind of make fun of this too, but it's like he'll start...
Yeah.
Like he'll start going like that.
You all right, Tom? Yeah.
He starts going like that, and I'm just like, uh-oh.
Her main tell when she starts getting drunk is she starts fucking with me. She starts fucking with me. She starts calling me a pussy. She fucking starts fucking cussing me and shit for not dancing, and then saying I'm fucking boring, and I'm just sitting there going, huh? What? He goes, you're a fucking pussy. Yeah, she starts getting...
I start getting feisty.
And then I'll fucking... that was back when, what was that bartender's name again? Shit, you just...
Tiffany.
Tiffany, yeah. I'd fucking call Tiffany over and I says, "Catch me out." You want to go out? Yeah, she's picking on me again. She's picking on you. Yeah. She was okay. Yeah, because she knew the routine too. Man. She started fucking picking on me when I get drunk because I can't defend myself.
Right.
I can't defend myself.
Well, it's no fun if you can defend.
My
yourself.
brains get so fucking scrambled.
Right.
That I just go. It's happened a few times on the show here, but my brains get so fucking scrambled I can't fight back. So I just she's abusive. She gets abusive.
I'm not abusive.
When you're drunk, she guys starts getting mean to me and shit, and I can't fight back.
I'm just
And then and then she doesn't remember it.
Sometimes, yeah. Most of the time, I don't. Most of the time, like he'll tell me like shit I said. I'm like, really? Wow, that was good. I don't remember saying.
Can't remember it. Then the whole way back, she'll the whole way back driving, and I'm just going like, "We'll be home in a minute." You know, I just keep it positive. I don't feed into it. It's gonna be all right. And then she's just repeating herself and trying to pick a fight. And then she won't even remember it. Next morning, she won't even remember it.
Yeah, I usually don't.
Yeah.
It depends what I drink too.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I got worse of that. With like whiskey type, and I know that's like it's a little bit maybe like an urban legend that like what you drink has a effect, but I think it does like to a small extent. It's like usually like I like whiskey, but usually if I drank a lot of it, it just like made me pissy. Like I would get really pissed off and angry. Not always, but a lot of times. But vodka, I'm usually okay. John Smith said, I don't drink much anymore, but I've always enjoyed an absinthe because I'm a hipster prick. You know what? I wish that I liked absinthe more because I love all the aesthetic of it and I love all the iconography around it. Like a company I used to work for that distributed Van Gogh vodka and Tap 357 whiskey. I don't even know if they still make that anymore. But one of the other liquors that they distributed was Lucid absinthe.
Good. I liked it.
And so I used to do like a lot of promos and stuff like posters and menus and stuff like that. And one night, do you remember this?
You still have that T-shirt?
Somewhere. It's got like a bunch of holes in it though. Okay. It's like all the bottom of it's like all ripped out.
It's a really good T-shirt from Lucid. It just said Lucid. It had a really good. Did you design that?
No.
Okay. And it had a real good, looked like a horror theme, and the basic motif of the whole bottle was just a black bottle with green cat's eyes on it.
Yeah, and very minimalist.
Yeah, it looked really good. And if she put that shit on, and those eyes would be over each big old titty.
Right on the tit. Well, yeah, because on the front, it didn't even say Lucid on the front. It just had the cat's eyes on the tits.
That's right.
And then on the back, it said Lucid. And it was like a really nice like font, like a kind of a thin font that was all lowercase, and it was like kind of a, like a nice absinthe green.
Yeah.
And so I did. Yeah, they had already had the logo and the kind of aesthetic like when I started working there. So like you kind of just had to like know what their brand was and kind of do something along those lines. But we went to venue 13 when it was at, I don't even remember where the fuck, because it's moved around so much. It's at Mannequins now. But I don't even remember where the fuck this place was. It was one of the places that wasn't there that long. I kind of remember it was like was it near a bowling alley? I don't even know. But so we were there one night and they had like Lucid sponsored the night. So they had like representatives from Lucid there because they knew it was like a goth night. So they're just like, ooh, absinthe. Okay, we know. They knew their market, that's for sure. So they kind of had representatives in there and they were giving away free t-shirts. I got one. Like I said, I still have it, but it's kind of like torn up at the bottom because it was a long time ago. And they had the whole thing. They had like the whole setup. They had all the spoons and all the glasses and they had all the shit. And so everybody was like, well, you got to get one. You know what I mean? Because... goth, absinthe, when the fuck is this ever gonna happen? So we got some and I'm just like, every single time, and I think, you know what, a couple years back, like friends of ours like even gave me a bottle of Lucid like for my birthday, and I think Tom ended up drinking most of it. I want to like it, I just don't. I don't really like things that are like, I don't like that flavor, like that anise, that I don't like that licorice-y kind of flavor. I don't like it.
Okay, well I'm gonna go for the next one.
Okay, this is... Oh, that's right.
Chai pumpkin latte.
Chai pumpkin porter.
Porter, is that what it is?
Yeah. Okay. So that's like pumpkin tea.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious. We'll see. Like I said, they had a pumpkin spice latte one too, and I thought about getting that, but we got this one instead. Let's see how that one is.
Oh yeah.
You like that?
Yeah. It tastes like chai.
I was gonna say, is it kind of milky?
Not really.
Ooh, it smells good. It smells like a cookie.
Tastes like chai.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's very sweet, but I like it. Like, if you don't like sweet beers, you probably wouldn't like it, but I think it's good.
Yeah,
It does actually have a really like strong like chai taste to it.
Yeah, tastes like tea. Tastes like Indian tea. Pumpkin.
I'm into that.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it.
I wish it was colder.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You put the other ones in the freezer though, right?
They're all in there pretty
All
much.
right. Yeah, because I'm not... If I'm going to drink beer and shit like that, I want that shit to be cold.
Yeah.
Well, that's true of anything. I like anything like really, really cold. But yeah, that's good. I like that a lot. I think I like that a little bit better than that. But they're totally different though.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's real sweet. Whereas this one is more like kind of pungent and spicy. And that one's sweet.
Who made that?
Oh, what is it? O'Fallon Brewery.
Where is it?
Let's find out. Government warning, yada, 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 yada.
Don't spill it.
I'm not.
Okay.
Chill out. I know how cans work.
You don't know how cans work.
You ladies, you don't know how anything works. We love beer. That looks like Arkansas.
Okay.
That's Arkansas, right? That shape?
I can't see it.
I'm pretty sure it's Arkansas. Cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, clove.
Yeah. Indian spices.
Yeah. Yeah, Arkansas.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Or no, Missouri.
Missouri?
Sorry, it's Missouri.
So for you naysayers out there, up in the hunky motherland of Europe, saying that the American beer sucks. Oh no, we have so much shit. I've never even heard of this brand. Never even heard. There are breweries just fucking everywhere.
Well, nowadays there are.
Nowadays, yeah. It's just not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well,
That's
and I
good
kind of
shit.
feel like, I don't
Good.
know. I kind of feel like people that would have said that, like in Europe, are probably all dead now.
Yeah, probably.
I kind of feel like that was more like a long time ago.
It's a long time ago.
People's parents and grandparents thing.
Yeah.
Like, you guys don't know how to make beer.
Oh no, we got all kinds of stuff. It's just.
But see,
Budweiser sucks.
I mean, yeah. I mean, and like every country has shitty beer and shitty food and stuff like that. And it's like, not everybody. Because sometimes I really like some channels that, like on YouTube, that are British people like reacting to American things. But one of the best ones, I think, is called Lost in the Pond. And the guy's name is Lawrence. And he's actually good because he, is obviously from England, but he's lived in the U.S. for 14, 15 years, and he's married to an American. So he actually has and he lives in the Midwest, too. Like, he lived in Chicago, and then, like, he lived somewhere else. So he has kind of, like, a better perspective on it. He doesn't have a thing where... Because I kind of feel like sometimes, if you've never been here or if you've never lived here, you kind of maybe think that... You have a perception that everything that Americans, all they do is eat McDonald's, or they eat like that shitty food all the time, or you see things in a store like Cheese Whiz or some shit like that, and think that people eat that like all the time, and they don't.
Yeah.
It's easy to think that, but I guess that's true of like any country. We probably all have stereotypes about other countries.
Yeah. I go over to the dollar store and get Vienna sausage and Cheese Whiz and some crackers, and then bring it back here and eat that.
I'm not saying we'd never eat it, but
you're like violating when you
But
do
it's
that.
like every now and then.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be.
I don't remember the last time I've had Cheese Whiz. I really don't remember. Like, they still sell it. Like, obviously people are still buying the shit.
Just hit it. And it's
Yeah, I get
those
that.
club crackers.
Yeah, I get that. Like I said, I think the last time I had Cheese Whiz was probably when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, we would get, Ritz crackers, and you'd put like a pepperoni or some shit on there.
It doesn't
and
require
then, like,
refrigeration,
spray
so it's kind of convenient. It's fun to have, and you can sit there and
Yeah,
watch
because when you're a kid, you're just like, ooh, cheese.
Yeah.
Neat. Most adults don't eat that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yes, they still sell it, and obviously someone's still buying it, or they wouldn't be making it anymore. But it's not like an everyday. It's not an everyday thing that people eat.
We used to carry it in the army.
Well, like you said, it's good because
It's in a can.
it's cheese-ish.
Yeah, it's in a
It's
can.
a cheese-adjacent product that doesn't need to be refrigerated.
Right.
And it kind of gives you a cheese-like experience.
Yeah.
without actually being cheese.
And it was in a can.
Yeah.
So, really good packaging. Put it in your rucksack.
And I'm going to go out on a limb. It's not bad.
No.
I mean, you just have to manage your expectations. I mean, you're squeezing cheese out of a can. So
I think it's mostly whey protein anyway. It's not bad for you.
It probably is. Well, yeah, and that's not even what I'm saying. It's just, I don't even think people are complaining that it's bad for you. It's just that it seems like a ridiculous concept on its face. And I don't know, it just seems so American. It's funny because I kind of feel like that is something, like a lot of the videos that I've seen with Europeans, like saying, crazy American shit or whatever, they seem to get hung up on like Cheese Whiz a lot.
Really?
Or Easy Cheese, I guess there's a couple different brands of it. And I'm like, yeah, they do sell that in the stores, but that's not like something that you would eat every day. And that's mostly like a kid thing. That's like something that kids would eat.
Well, they got a new product. I got a bunch of it. Every time I go down there, I buy a pack of it because it's only like $1. It's kind of like MRE cheese, but it's made by Kraft, and it's a foil bag with cheese sauce in it. And you can have either regular or jalapeno. And there's another one. I think there's a salsa one, which is kind of like a Mexican flavor one. And what you do with it is you rip the top of it off, and you can put it in a ramen. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And make hot macaroni and cheese using ramen noodles. All right. And
see, that doesn't sound bad at all.
No, it's good. It's a little. I can show you guys if you want to see it, but they have it here. And they're just basically giving it away. But you look at it, doesn't require any refrigeration. That is military specification. That's something that they would give you in the Army. All right, is one of those in an MRE. And it's all whey protein, so it's equivalent to eating probably like a half a chicken breast when it comes to nutrition. So there's nutrition in it. And it's good, you know what I mean? It's like hiking, backpacking type stuff.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of that kind of food, like I said, Cheese Whiz, either kids eat it or people take it, like you said, when they're hiking or camping or something like that. Because you don't have to put it in the refrigerator, and it's just kind of like, it's easy.
And it's a single portion and everything. I'll show you guys.
Right. It's that kind of thing. Thank you, 7 Lines. Longtime lurker here. You guys are my favorite pod. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Any goth fashion advice for muscular dudes? Oh, Tom's got to field that question. I feel like I pulled it off better when I was a twig. Yeah, that's the thing. I do kind of feel like, I don't know, I kind of feel like it's expanded out some days, but I do kind of feel like a lot of goth fashion does look better on like really, really skinny motherfuckers. Like you had to be like really thin and vampiric. And I don't know. I'll let Tom like field that because he'll probably have some good advice about that. Someone's asking you about goth fashion for muscular dudes.
Here, hold on. Let me show them that first.
Okay, what is that?
That's the cheese.
Oh, Velveeta cheese sauce. Oh, okay.
I can't read it. I don't have my glasses on.
That's jalapeno.
Show it to them. Yeah.
And then that's the regular, original, and then that's the jalapeno.
Yeah. So you can get those.
300 calories.
Yeah, you can get those at like
in the whole pouch
at a Dollar General store. It's 300 calories per pouch.
1,380 milligrams of sodium.
Yeah. Doesn't mean anything. You need all that.
Well, I do because I have super low blood pressure.
Yeah.
My doctor actually
23
told me
grams
to eat more
of fat.
salt.
23 grams of fat. Let me see. Where's the protein?
Do you want me to
Here it is. Here it is. 13 grams of protein. So that's not that bad.
Yeah, not bad.
And a total carbohydrate is 11. So the ratio is pretty good.
Honestly,
11 to 13.
A big ass block of Velveeta, like melted with some Rotel.
It's good for you.
That's some goddamn good chip dip right there for some tortilla chips.
Right.
Fuck yeah.
So
Everybody used to bring that to the fucking Super Bowl party.
So 300 calories, and you got yourself some protein in there. So you've turned something worthless like a ramen noodle dish into something that at least has some nutrition in it. And that was only $1. So that requires no refrigeration, and it's a single serving pouch. The Army MRE cheese was basically this size. That's why I said I'm gonna try that. But the Army MRE cheese wasn't quite as creamy as this, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like nobody is arguing that that's like fine dining or anything like that. But like you said, if you're trying to do like an MRE thing, or if it's like survival food, if your power is going to be out,
or hurricanes
or something like that, or like I said, if you're hiking or camping, or you're going to be somewhere where you can't really cook or something like that, then that stuff's really good. Right. It's not gourmet food, but it's edible. It's passable.
You could take this, a single tin of tuna or chicken, and put that on top of ramen noodles that you've cooked, that's not really MRE because you had to cook the noodles, but we cooked in the field anyway. All right. MRE means it's ready to eat. You just open it. All right. But you could take this, cut the top of it off like this, make a space, and put tuna in there and mix it and eat it just like that out of that damn bag. There's probably enough room in there. If not, you have a canteen cup in your canteen pouch.
That's kind of like people that make those like walking around nachos, where you just like open a little mini bag of Doritos and put like nacho stuff in there and like just eat it out the bag in the Dorito bag.
Well, what I was thinking of what they had, I was saying, well, what do they have at Dollar General that would be MRE stuff? And I have it all. What you do is you get chili with beans. It's like $2. This. And a thing of chicken. They had little cans of chicken. And bag of Fritos. You can throw the Fritos in the bottom of your canteen cup. Put the hot chili on over that. The cheese. And some extra meat. And man, that's a whole day's worth of nutrition.
Yeah, that's more than I should probably eat in one thing. Yeah. But yeah, so there are a couple food comments, and then there's like the goth fashion comment, which I kind of feel like we need to address before it gets too far. Now, Guamacun said KFC in Mexico is a revelation. Basically, fried chicken outside the U.S. is always awesome. I remember Tom mentioned in a really old episode about how fried chicken was cooked differently back in the day. Yeah. You were talking to that really old guy that said they used to cook it in motor oil.
Yeah, but you could do that back
before
then.
They had all the detergents and stuff like that. Because that don't do it now, because that would probably be super gross. That'd be gross.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's good. I've never had it. So what fashion advice do you have for muscular goth dudes rather than like twiggy goth dudes?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know?
Just wear what looks good on you.
Well, that's the thing. Like, now that you've started to get buffed out, like a lot of your stuff doesn't fit anymore.
Yeah. Well, it's just like with women too. The better looking women are, the less they actually have to wear. They can fucking wear some cheap ass shit, and there's not much there, and they only spent fucking $30 and they look great, because it's not the clothes doing the work. It's the fact that she's got a really nice figure. You know what I mean? A lot of those girls are just basically wearing nylons or leotard or some, what do they call it, like a cat suit, and then there's a couple of cheap accessories over it and some boots and some shoes, and their hair's right and their makeup's right. They look great, because it's the body that's doing all the work.
Well, and I kind of feel like too that you have to know, like, I don't think you have to spend a lot of money. You just have to know like what pieces will go together and will look good for your particular figure. And like I said, you have to have the hair done right and the shoes and the makeup and everything like that, and then you can get away with like a really, really cheap ass outfit if you know how to like wear it, like, and combine it with other things.
But like I said, that same cheap ass outfit on a 300-pound girl's not gonna look any good. I mean, it's not it's not the same. It's those girls that have really nice figures have it made when it comes to outfits.
Well, they can wear whatever.
They can wear whatever, and they're going to look good.
Well, and like I said, I've seen some, I follow a couple of kind of like goth or goth adjacent like chicks on YouTube, and I hate to say it, but like if you're kind of skinny and pale and like not that old, pretty much anything you wear is going to look good.
Yeah.
Some other people like me don't have that luxury, so you really kind of have to work around.
You're making a comeback, though. You're making a comeback.
Yeah, but still, I mean, the thing about me is that I kind of feel like if you're kind of tall and kind of thin, pretty much everything looks good on you. Maybe not everything, but 95% of things are going to look good on you. And if you're kind of short and kind of curvy,
there's a certain things
there's only about 40% of things that are going to look good on you. You try to wear the same kind of stuff that like a tall, skinny bitch would wear, it's not going to look good.
You got to go the bombshell route.
Yeah, I was going to say you have to go, and I can kind of see why goth girls that are, you know, shorter or curvier will usually go in a more kind of like psychobilly direction, because stuff from like the 50s, like that kind of aesthetic where you have like the waist where your actual waist is instead of farther down, like on your hips, and then like stuff that fluffs out like at the bottom, I think that looks better on that body style. You know what I mean? Because, you know, if you have stuff that like from the 70s where you have hip huggers and stuff like hip huggers, if you're kind of more voluptuous, it doesn't look the same.
It depends. I've seen a lot
it does depend. It does depend. It depends because there's millions of different kinds of body types.
Really good.
I'm just saying generally, that kind of stuff looks better on like taller, thinner women, whereas like shorter, kind of curvier women, I think look better in a more 50s-ish kind of cut.
Yeah,
I think. That, I mean, and that's what I've always
When you say
found.
curvy, though, some people might be thinking fat. What you're saying is fat, and I don't know if that's what you mean. Because you don't fall into the fat category. No, you can get... Here's the thing. She can get away with wearing a lot of cool shit that she doesn't, because she's a little bit shy about wearing some stuff. She doesn't like to show any skin or anything.
Not really. I'm just not... I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff she could wear where she would look fucking super good in, but she's like, oh, that's too short. That skirt's too short. She's got nice legs. All right.
Right, but I don't... Well, some of it's, too, is, like, practicality, because I just don't want to spend the whole night, like, worrying about...
It's cute as hell.
I can't bend over.
Impracticality is cute as hell. Last time
I know that, but... I know, but...
Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish. I'm talking to people. I'm talking to the audience. Last time we were at the club, fucking our friend Aurora came up, and she was socialized with, and Aurora's fucking smoking hot. She spent all night fucking pulling her fucking dress down, and everybody's
because kept riding up.
Yeah, and all the guys are like going, God damn, God. She's fucking driving all these dudes fucking crazy, you know. That's the girl that suspends herself from the fucking hooks in her shoulders and shit like that, and like that. No, but she knew what she was doing.
Tonight, probably.
She knew that she knew what she was doing. She was, you know, she's comfortable in her femininity, you know. She has weaponized femininity.
Well, the thing about it, though, and this is what I was trying to tell you, is that there's a difference between look. It was like everybody, like, we all want to look good, like, when we go out. But it's like, I have to kind of balance that with, I want to look good on the one hand, but on the other hand, do I really want to spend all night worrying that my pants are going to fall down or that my fake fingernails are going to, like, pop off when I try to go to the bathroom? It's like, so I'm trying to, like, kind of, like, balance the practicality, because I don't really want to spend all night having to, like, hike pants up, I know some of you men, you know, all the testosterone motherfuckers are like, I wonder what Jenny looks like without clothes. I'm going to tell you what she looks like without clothes. Oh, my God. Are we going there already? We're not even an hour in. When she's in form, okay? When I'm in form, whatever that means. She's gained a few pounds, but she's losing them back. But when she's fucking in form, just look at Angela White, about like that. Angela White, that's what she looks like. I don't remember what that looks like, so. You know, about like that. Cross between Angela White and Sophie D, around that. In that, she looks good. She looks good. I know, but I'm just saying that it's kind of like, I don't know. I have a particular, like, aesthetic that I like, and I'm not real into, like I said, I don't want to go out and just be like, oh, comfortable, like, and just wear like fucking Crocs and shit like that. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying that I want like a good balance between something that looks really good, but something that I'm not going to be like conscious of all night. Like when I'm just trying to have a good time and I'm trying to dance and stuff like that, I don't really want to think about, oh my God, this is falling down, or this is falling off, or this is catching on this other thing, or something like that. It's just like, I don't want to be thinking about it. I want something that's just going to look good without all of the bullshit around it. That's all.
Okay, who was asking about?
Tammy said, "Okay, Jenny, tell us what Tom looks like naked."
Depends on when. I look like a lot of different things over time.
You know what the coolest thing. You know what? Something that I always like that he has like the tiniest, cutest, like tightest little butt. It's like it's super fun. Oh, you can talk about me naked and like not care, but it's like it's like your butt is just like so
like a little monkey ass.
It is. It's like a little monkey ass. It's like it's so funny.
Guamacun, don't never wear black slacks to a goth club. Don't do it.
Yeah, no, don't do slacks.
Never do slacks.
Black jeans is fine.
Yeah. You want to wear something like this.
I mean, black jeans is fine. Yeah. With boots is even better. Like if you wear black jeans and then like some boots, even like some old school shit like Doc Martens or something like that, totally works. And you could wear a band shirt, no problem. I mean, honestly, I went to the castle for years and years, and like dudes would just show up in that. Super simple. And like I said, I was kind of jealous because I'm like, wow, it must be nice to just be able to throw on a fucking skinny puppy shirt, some black jeans, and some boots, and be like, hey, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I don't even have to like do anything to my hair, put makeup on, or anything like that.
Florida's hot most of the time, so really a lot of the goth look is centered around boots and shoes. Boots and shoes make the outfits anyway, because some of those outfits, if you were to fucking put the wrong boot or the wrong shoe on them, they wouldn't look goth at all. Then you put those boots back on, you go, oh, okay, there they are. Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's kind of like, it's really hard to get kind of like a goth look just off the rack. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess you can if you wanted to spend money, but
well, we do.
Most goths don't have a lot of money. So, I mean, and when I was growing up, I didn't even have Hot Topic when I was growing up. I didn't have anything. All you had was mail order, and most of the time that was too expensive for me to afford. So all I could afford to do was go to thrift stores and find some kind of gothy looking shit and try to like either alter it to sort of look more gothy or like combine things in a way that was kind of more gothy looking.
Yeah, they're talking about now though.
Yeah.
She's talking about a long time ago.
Yeah.
Now you can get all that stuff. You go to the castle now and you're not on fucking point. Nah, sorry. A lot of these girls that you're seeing posting these little videos on YouTube and they're just decked out, fucking just got this shit. They have their own fucking media company, and those girls are on point when you go to the club. They look just like that. That is not an illusion. And they buy all those clothes. You can get them. They're not that expensive.
It's come down a lot. I feel like
have to invest in it.
When I was younger, I had to save up for like a year to buy a corset.
Do you want one of these now?
Yeah. The corsets were
that's
$300. I spent $300 on one that was like, it was handmade, like the girl like handmade it, like to my measurements. And it was beautiful, and I had it for years and years. Like it was brocade, and it was really gorgeous, and I wore it a lot. But now you can get decent ones for, I've gotten decent ones for about, I don't know, I kind of feel like maybe $60 to $80, which is a far cry from $300, that's for sure. But you gotta like make sure, because they have like a lot of cheap ass ones. You can get one for like $20. It just has like plastic stays in it, but those are not good because the plastic like gets all, you wear it one time. A corset's supposed to kind of like suck in your shit and like, you know what I mean? And like keep you like all fucking contained. And if the stays inside it are plastic, then that's not going to happen. Like over the course of one night, it's going to loosen, like if you're dancing and stuff, and then it's going to look all fucked up and like the angles are going to be all fucked up.
Okay.
Look at this shit I found. I was on my way out, and they had like the little rack there of all the little sample sizes for 99 cents, and I saw this, and I was like, oh my God, I got to get this shit.
Apple pie
This
Moonshine.
is like perfect. This is apple pie Moonshine.
Yeah.
And I even told the girl at the counter, I was just kind of like, oh, bitch.
Yeah. So we're going to see what apple pie Moonshine.
And it's even in a little bitty jar.
They know who's
like a
buying.
little specimen jar.
They know who's buying.
I fucking love that.
We drink this shit in a jar.
I love that.
Okay.
Zach says, would BDSM gear count as goth attire? Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, matter of fact, we're going to... It was only like $1. Don't get... Or maybe $2. I can't remember. It was like...
Fucking shine, man.
Was it?
Shine. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you'll like that. Yeah. You'll like that. You'll like that. You'll like that.
Gramthars said it kind of resembles a urine sample. Ooh, it smells nice. It smells nice, but it also smells like
Just take a bell to that. Nice, huh?
Oh. Ooh, that's good. Oh, that's gonna give me heartburn though.
Oh.
I can already tell. Oh, it's good though.
Oh.
That's good.
Like spiced apple, hot.
Well, I was kind of worried because for a second, like, it smelled kind of good, but then I was like, oh, it kind of smells like rubbing alcohol also. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't taste like rubbing alcohol.
No,
it's spicy.
It's like you had a Dutch apple pie with the sugar on crumble and everything.
Yeah, it's real sweet. It's good.
Dutch apple pie with fire poured over it.
I'm glad I got that. I wonder if they got...
We're going to get more of that.
I wonder if they have, like, bigger bottles. I just, like I said, I was at the checkout with the beer, and I was looking at their little...
They make a good spice jar. When that's done, I'm going to put spices in that.
Oh, that's delicious.
It's very sweet. It's got a lot of sugar in it.
Oh. I like that. I like that.
It's nice. It's
I like that.
It's a dessert moonshine.
You ever knew, like, we didn't know there was such a thing, but
no,
now we
yeah, I didn't know.
Well, like I said, I was at the checkout, like, we each got one, because I was like, well, you choose a pumpkin beer, and I'll choose a pumpkin beer, and so we went up there separate and paid. And so then I was like, ooh, I gotta look over here, because they had all the little 99-cent little airport, airplane style. And I was like, ooh, peanut butter whiskey, I want some of that. And then I saw this little jar, and I'm like, oh, intriguing. And I was like, what's that? I'm like, oh.
That's good.
I was like, they saw me coming.
We're gonna get some more of that.
I was thinking about getting root beer schnapps as well, but I thought it didn't really go with the whole theme of the show. But then I thought, spiced apple, that's fall.
What's the company?
It's called Midnight Moon.
Midnight Moon.
Midnight Moon Moonshine.
Okay.
Apple pie moonshine.
Okay.
I feel like it's autumn already. Mm-hmm.
That's good.
That is goddamn delicious. I like that a lot. It's very, like I said, it's very apple pie forward. Yeah. Like, obviously, you can tell it's very, very strong, like alcohol. What's the ABV on this?
I don't know.
35%.
So it's not that hot. It's not that strong.
35%.
35 is not that strong.
It's 70 proof.
70 proof, yeah, okay. So they've toned it down.
So it's like strong, but it's not that strong.
Not that strong. It has that moonshine taste to it.
Yeah. Shit, man.
Yeah.
I like that. I would drink a whole, well, I don't like
I could drink that.
Yeah, I could drink that big time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd drink a whole drink of it.
Okay, so...
Like I said, it'd probably give me fucking heartburn, but you know what I mean?
Goth stuff for muscular guys, my advice is remember, make sure your shirts aren't too long. Okay. Because if you start getting buff, you start to develop V-taper. Kind of a V-shaped body around the waist. If your shirts are too long, it'll make you look fucking funny. You'll look like a damn Oompa Loompa. Make sure, Oompa Loompa like a midget. Okay? So make sure your shirts are not too long.
Goth shirt for you.
Everything else just kind of falls into place. You're better off in a way if you're fucking really fucking if you're really fucking rocking. You got a good thick fucking upper body, good thick chest, like from front to back. That thick ways that way, and you got some V-taper. You're better to go off with a smaller shirt instead of a bigger shirt. So. Fat dudes will go a fucking size up on their shirts to try to hide their fucking bellies. You might, when you're fucking really rocking, you might want to go a size down.
Or I would even go farther, and yeah, I agree with that advice. I would also even go a step farther, as being like, if you're real buff, you might even want to go with just not even a shirt, but like straps.
Straps.
So you might want to go with something that's more like...
Yeah. You're going to fall into some shit, though, man, with that shit, okay? This is what's going to happen.
Tom knows what's going to happen.
All right. Your gay friends are going to say, fucking, stop shaving. Because them bitches want your hair on your back and all these hairy... They want fucking hairy-ass bear, all right? I think it looks like shit, if you ask me, all right? But the gays are going to fucking... If you got gay friends, they're going to be fucking, why you... Don't shave. Don't listen to them.
Well, now it depends. Because you got... you know, people that are into bears and people not into bears.
Yeah.
Some of the gays do not like the bears.
The gays don't like the gays. The gays like muscle, but they like it to be fucking hairy. And a lot of guys who are, you know, gym rats and shit, they shave because you want to be able to see the work that you've done, you know, and you want to see. Hair hides definition. It also adds a little bit, a few pounds to you in terms of like aesthetics. It makes it look like you're fatter. It also, if you ask me, it looks dirty. All right, I don't like how it looks.
I mean, depending on where it is and if it's manscaped.
If you're really jacked, that means you're fucking with fucking anabolics, and if you're fucking with good anabolics, you've got hair on your back. I didn't have hair on my back until I started fucking around with this shit.
Don't even get me started on that, you guys.
I started taking Dianabol and fucking grew.
I'm gonna let him say it.
Yeah, and then I'm on fucking Minotaur sauce right now, man. Fucking, I'm on a Trenbolin stack. This is the first time I've ever done Tren, and it turns you into a fucking Minotaur, and you just get fucking hot, greasy. Your hair all over your entire body grows at an accelerated rate. The androgenic properties are fucking through the roof.
He's turning into a werewolf, essentially.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
I did catch myself fucking watching television, getting mad, thinking like sadistic thoughts and shit. Fucking, I want to tear that motherfucker.
See, this
I will kill you. You know,
this is what worries me.
Yeah. But it's not real. It's just, you know, it's not real. It's not reflected at a real person. It's just, but I was warned about all this, you know. I'm not on a lot of it, and I haven't gotten mad at anybody.
You better not.
No.
I will stab you, motherfucker.
No.
Don't even.
It's just, gotta be careful of damn Minotaur. Well, I'm calling it a Minotaur because...
Yeah, so did BTK.
Yeah.
Just saying. You hear that, Dennis?
Yeah.
He's back there.
Trenbolone is cattle steroids. It's
why do you do
bull
this?
testosterone.
Why do you do this to yourself?
It's a bull testosterone. It's a synthetic bull testosterone that's fucking had a couple fucking things added to it. The way that fucking compound, the way that molecule looks is a little bit different. It's what you give to cattle if you want them to burn off a lot of fucking fat and fucking put on a lot of muscle. On this cycle, I may gain 10 pounds of muscle and maybe lose 5 pounds of fat. We'll see. I don't know. I've only been on it for about...
Don't try to kill me, though.
2 weeks. No, only been on it for about 2 weeks. A week and a half, maybe.
Me and Pookie be over here going...
It makes you very strong.
Like hiding.
It makes you very strong. It makes you heal up very quickly. You lose all interest in sex. You feel really good. They say eventually, if you're on it long enough, you'll feel like you're above humans.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You don't need that either.
We'll see. I don't know. They say you feel godlike. To where you look at other...
Oh my God, Tom.
Yeah.
Why do you want to take this stuff? It's like, you're like that already. Without all of that stuff, you're just amplifying the worst aspects of your personality.
You can fight it. The thing is that you don't live on it. It's just something that you do for 6 weeks and then you come off. And you don't... If you have to go a little bit longer, maybe you go for another 4 weeks or 5 weeks. To get to where you want to go, and then you jump off of that. These are things that you only do like maybe once a year or so.
Look, I'm self-aware enough.
They're touch-ups.
I'm self-aware enough. I know the inside of myself enough to know that like nobody needs to give me like godlike powers, because I would abuse that shit.
Godlike powers.
But like I said, I already know that I would abuse that, and I'm like, I would rather not have that, because I know that, you know, I'd probably find some stuff out about myself that I would not like.
Yeah.
Zach's saying, okay, so they're talking
about delegation. I'm not on pure Trenbolone though. I'm on a pre-made Tren stack. It's mostly testosterone, something called Masteron, Masteron's a good compound that hardens muscle that you do have, and then Trenbolone. It's not a lot of Trenbolone. It's just a okay amount of it. So we'll see. We'll see. People have been using it for a long time.
This almost tastes like a soda.
It does a little bit.
Say.
It does a little bit.
It's good.
Okay,
I like it.
Go ahead and talk about that.
Okay, so thank you very much, Zach. I'll get back to your question for a minute because I actually want to talk about that. But speaking of fashion, I think the 20s and 70s are my favorite eras for aesthetics. 20s for the glamour, and 70s for that real chill, laid-back style. There was some cool shit in the 70s. Like I said, the girls were very skinny, but if you were very skinny, like some of the fashions looked really good, but they only looked really good on really skinny people.
Yeah.
Now, the 1920s, I'm all about that. I really like that old school glamour kind of stuff. I think I told you on Facebook that probably my favorite art style is Art Nouveau. Which was, I guess was that time period? Maybe it was a little bit before. I kind of feel like Art Deco is kind of like the more known version of that, but that's more angular. I liked Art Nouveau because it was more Baroque and it was just like very soft, like all these angles and like leaves, and I was like, I'm into that. Like I said, my bathroom, which is only like right over there, is all Art Nouveau inspired. Like, the walls are, like, absinthe green, and I did, like, all Alphonse Mucha, like, all that kind of stuff in there. I love that kind of style. But, so I'm really into all that 20s kind of shit. Now, Zach says, here's something I'm curious about. How would you describe goth as a lifestyle? It's not a religion, so what's the appeal? I don't know. Like, the weird thing about it is, like, to me, I kind of feel like, because I grew up before anybody knew what it was, when I discovered it, because when I was a kid, I was just drawn to particular things, and I didn't really understand why, because nobody else seemed to be. So I kind of felt like I was the only person in the world that was, had a crush on Lurch from the Addams Family, or was into like all this witchy kind of shit, because I was obsessed with like ghosts and witches and stuff from when I can remember, like from when I was a toddler. And so the fact that like I was into all that stuff and I didn't know anybody that was into that, and then when I was a little bit older and I discovered that there was this whole other subculture of people that were into that same kind of aesthetic, and then like I heard The Cure and I heard like Bauhaus and stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, like there are other people that are into this same kind of shit as me. It was like a bit like revelatory, because I didn't know any of, like, I didn't know. I was a little kid. So for me, it seemed like I don't really know any different way to be. So I guess you could call it a lifestyle, but I don't know if I really chose it so much as
you kind of grow up in it.
I kind of just grew up, and I was like, oh, I'm into all this like creepy shit, and I love these particular aesthetics, and I don't know anybody that's into that. But then when I found out that there was this whole other subculture of people, so for me it was almost kind of like I grew up in isolation, liking all of this stuff and not realizing that there were lots of other people that were into that as well. And so like finding that was like a big deal for me, because I was like, oh my god, I'm not the only person. And so I don't really know, like I said, I don't really know. If somebody told me, hey, you have to be like a normal person, I don't know if I could do that exactly, because it's just like so much a part of my fucking DNA.
All right, Seven says, oh my god, Tren, that's the horny drug. Well, first of all, Tren, really, I wouldn't call it a drug. It's more like a hormone, like a synthetic hormone, also known as an anabolic steroid. All right. So it's not really a drug, and the effects of it are not very drug-like. And yeah, younger guys can take that, and sometimes there's like a burst of damn sexual sex drive. But that only lasts a few weeks. Then it starts to fucking kinda even out into kinda nothing, As anytime you have weird hormonal imbalances in a guy, there might be a kind of a strange explosion of sex drive from it. I don't really have that because I'm older. I'm on HRT. Which means that I inject testosterone to begin with. I've replaced my body's main hormones with synthetic versions. And this is all done through HRT clinics and doctors supervision. I've said it many times to you bitches, okay? You guys, man, you start getting into your late 30s, you need to fucking supplement your hormones with testosterone. That way you don't start getting fat, you don't, and all the damage from aging really won't hit you, you know what I mean? I went on and around 50. About 50, wasn't it? Late 40s? 50. Late 40s, I think, maybe.
No, I think it was 50. I think you were 50 or 51.
Okay. That's when I went on.
Because you're a couple years older than I am.
I should have gone on at around 40.
Well, that's what you said, that you should have gone on.
Yeah, I should have gone on then. Okay. Then I wouldn't have to be playing catch up all the time. You'll just feel a lot better, and you'll live longer. Now, if you're on HRT, most of these HRT clinics will tell you, well, because you're on HRT, we don't have to worry about testosterone suppression from anabolic steroids. Why don't we go ahead and give you some of these steroids as a therapeutic treatment, put some more good weight on you. And because it doesn't cost anything, it's beneficial for you in your situation. So in my situation, because I'm on HRT, tren didn't give me a big burst of sexual energy. It's quite the opposite. If you have too much of something that looks like testosterone in you, you'll actually kind of lose interest in sex. Because most of a man's sex drive really is kind of from estrogen. There's kind of like a balance between testosterone and estrogen. And when you're taking testosterone, when you're taking testosterone, and then you put trenbolone on top of that, you're going to want to use an anastrozole, which is an estrogen blocker. Because there's masterone in my stack that I'm doing, and I'm taking test too. So I'll take some hormone blockers to block the estrogenic reaction from taking this stuff. So when I'm on this particular stack, I'm taking estrogen blockers, which will pretty much, in my case, it seems to sap my sex drive. Test really isn't what's making a man feel driven to have sex, if you ask me. I think it's more like estrogen. Estrogen feels like really what it is. It's not one thing, it's a balance.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is I kind of feel like there's a lot of things going on with it.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
And I mean, I don't know, I don't know, I'm not a man, so I wouldn't really know, but it's just like, especially for women too, I think there's like a lot more. I don't think it's just hormonal. There's a lot of like emotional shit going on. There's like a lot of fucking, so I don't know. So it could be that too. I mean, the thing about it is that I don't know exactly, like you've been injecting me with some shit too.
Yeah, well, she does a little bit of, I
don't know what it is, but
it's 20 milligrams of testosterone. For a postmenopausal woman, they should be taking 20 milligrams a week, and that's just replacement. Then sometimes you do 5 milligrams a day of Winstrol, and Winstrol has kind of a slimming effect, and it also protects you from losing muscle mass during this pretty aggressive diet that you're doing. Usually when a person diets, they will lose muscle before the fat. The body is more apt to get rid of that muscle first. If you're taking Winstrol...
Because bodies are dumb.
Yeah, well, they're trying... this is starvation here. I'd rather sacrifice the muscle.
Yeah, I get it,
right.
But I'm just saying.
So what you do is you give the person just a tiny bump of some kind of an anabolic steroid, which will be like, the body will be like, I want to take this muscle, but I can't. So I guess I'll take the fat. And that's right out of the book. Everybody knows that. That's fucking Anabolics 101. You can protect muscle mass during catabolism, which means, the starvation, basically. You can protect the muscle with
I don't know if I would call what I'm doing starvation. I'm not starving. I still eat.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's catabolism.
I just don't eat very much.
That's catabolism. All right. Well, Zach will tell you, fucking dudes in the gay scene, if they catch AIDS, they can give them drugs now that can keep them alive forever. But one of the things that they give them, especially when they're older, is they'll put them on fucking testosterone, and they'll also give them anabolic steroids. and they will never get skinny and weak looking. They'll look great, look like a damn bodybuilder. And they're like, well, I'm on test, and I'm on steroids. Might as well go to the gym. Those dudes they look great, and they're HIV positive, and they never really die from it, which that's a good thing, you know.
Well, yeah, because back in the 80s, that shit was a fucking death sentence.
Yeah, it was a death sentence back then.
And a lot of people died of that.
Right. Now, don't take this the wrong way. Just because you see a gay guy and he's fucking jacked, that doesn't mean that he's HIV positive. I'm just trying to tell you, first of all, if you think that there are no gay bodybuilders, I'm fucking laughing at you, okay?
Does anybody think that?
I've run into some jock boys that fucking were just surprised as hell that they were gay bodybuilders, and I'm like,
I don't know if surprised.
I'm like, wait a minute, where the fuck have you been, man?
They were probably like disturbed.
The founder.
What? This is a straight man area.
That's a straight thing. The founder, the grandfather of fucking bodybuilding, Eugene Sandow, the fucking. All right, if you look up Eugene, you look at Eugene Sandow.
We did a whole show about that.
All right. Well, these might have new people listening to this. All right. He was from the late 1800s. All right. Now his wife left him for the fucking shit that he was doing, and some people said, you know, he did. He had a strongman routine, and he also did private showings. Okay. These were for gentlemen that wanted to do a private. So something must have been.
Not just men, mind you.
These were gentlemen. These were gentlemen. Would pay to see Eugene.
Not like your regular ass men.
To do a private showing. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And
yeah, we know how that
Eugene basically sold nude fucking selfies. Okay.
Well, yeah.
And autographed them and shit. And he was a great bodybuilder, and he proved to the world that those Roman and Greek statues were real, that those proportions actually were possible. And he would measure those statues and go, yeah, I can do that. And he did it. He ate a lot of fucking beef and a lot of meat, a lot of chicken, and fucking lifted a lot of weight.
Zach says, I Googled Sandow's nudes once. Holy God, did he have a great ass? Says Zach.
He had a fucking great body. For the 1800s, it was just unbelievable. Now, so did Pandur. Pandur was also, he looked great too. And they're pointed out a lot of what human potential is, because that predated the time where you could get your hands on synthetic testosterone. So those dudes are natural. Now, just because those dudes look, just because Pandur and fucking Sandow look like that, doesn't mean that you will look like that if you're a guy, if you work it up. Nah, they started at the right time. They had good genetics, real good diet. But you could look like that if you're taking test. No problem. Just work out.
Thank you very much, Green Spark. Happy Friday. Love the pumpkin theme. Thank you. I know.
Let's get some peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah, let's see what that's. This shit's good. We just got this randomly at ABC today. Chai pumpkin porter. That's pretty goddamn good. I like it. It's kind of soda-like. It's very sweet, but it's good. Also, just found your new channels, Jenny. Great content. Thank you very much. I'm going to put up a new one tomorrow. I just recorded it like an hour before we did this show. I was hoping to get it edited today, but we were at Walmart for so long that it didn't happen. So I'm going to edit it in the morning, and then I'll try to get it up by noon, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay, show them that.
This was 99 cents. I just grabbed it on the way out. Peanut butter whiskey.
Who made it?
I don't know. This is one of those cheap ass. Like I said, it's 99 cents.
Okay, you got that super chat?
99 proof.
Okay,
yeah.
Let me read it again.
Yeah, it says Happy Friday, love the pumpkin theme.
Okay,
also, I just found your new channels, Jenny. Great content. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna put up a new one tomorrow. But like I said, I gotta edit it in the morning, so I'm hopefully I'll get it up in a good. Because I did. Why do I do this to myself? I don't know. Originally, the plan was because somebody on a couple shows ago was like, "Oh, you should do a show, Jenny, about your scariest horror movie scenes." What? Is it good or no?
I can't believe that they make this cheap ass shit taste so good.
I mean, there's better peanut butter whiskeys. That's like the cheap ass brand.
Man, it's good.
I think I got you some grape schnapps at one point from that like 99 cents brand. It's even called.
It tastes like candy.
Oh my God, it smells delicious.
It's kind of like a cross between peanut butter and German chocolate cake. Man, that shit's good.
Oh my God. That's delightful. It's very strong.
Real strong.
Well, it's 99 proof.
Okay, look. Show our European friends that shit. This peanut butter whiskey. It is fucking awesome.
They make better brands than this, but this one is actually
really good.
This one was like just the cheap one that I grabbed from the bin, like while I was on the way out the liquor store. But
it's kind of like
that's good. Like you said, it's very, very strong. You can tell that it's alcoholic, but it tastes like candy.
It tastes like candy. It
kind of tastes like peanut brittle.
Kinda. To me, it tastes like German chocolate cake. You know, German chocolate cake with the damn coconut.
Yeah.
With coconut, it almost tastes like caramel. Tastes like caramel and coconut and peanut butter.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at.
Because it has a buttery.
Yeah, it doesn't so much taste like the cake. It tastes like the icing.
The frosting. Yeah.
Which is like the coconut. Yeah, it has like a coconut kind of flavor to it.
It tastes like the frosting off a German chocolate cake, but it's hot. It's real strong. And it's thick.
That's what I'm saying. I can only have like a little bit at a time.
It's thick. It's thick, and but there's something kind of smooth about it. That'd be great on the rocks. And you just put that on the rocks and drink it. Just a dessert drink. There's a slight butterscotch flavor to it.
Yeah, I'll drink some more in a minute. I just, like I said, I don't want to get heartburn. Zach also says, speaking of 70s music, are you guys into Leonard Cohen? I totally am. I loved Leonard Cohen. I've been listening to a lot of his stuff lately. Yeah, I really, really like Leonard Cohen. You probably don't even you probably know.
I probably would know some songs if I heard them.
If you heard them, like you don't know Everybody Knows or Everybody Knows That the Dice Are Loaded. You don't know that song? You'd know you'd know it if I played it for you. But I love Leonard Cohen, so I'm just putting that out there. Also, what I was saying. Okay, so here's what happened. Somebody gave me a suggestion. They're like, "Hey Jenny, you should do a video about what you think are the scariest scenes in horror." Now, originally, I was just gonna do I'll do a top 5, like I did like on some of the other videos on my Scare Salon channel. But I came up with so much shit that I ended up having to do a top 10, and then I was like writing it today, and I was like writing these fucking novels about every single fucking thing, and then I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be so long. And then so I got it all written, and then I recorded it, and by the time I recorded it, it was like 5:30, and I didn't have time to edit it. So I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna get up as early as possible tomorrow. Like, because we're going out tonight, so I don't know how early I'll get up. But I'm going to try and, edit it and get it up. But it is recorded. But I don't even know how long that video is going to be. I'm sure it's going to be an hour, but it should be fun. I actually picked 10 because I couldn't narrow it down. And I thought to myself, oh, shit, I'm going to have to do another one of these. So, Mark M says, anybody ever have Black House liquor, tastes like grape Kool-Aid, and will get you rocked? I don't think I've ever had that.
Never heard of it, no.
I think I bought this 99 brand here. I think I bought you some grape schnapps in this brand because I bought you that because I got you that peanut PB&J vodka.
Yeah, and you throw that in there together on the rocks and I think a little bit of Coca-Cola.
And you put it in with grape schnapps and you can either put Coke in it or you can put raspberry vodka and it kind of makes it taste like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you'll taste the butterscotch back aftertaste. Taste that butterscotch aftertaste?
Man.
Gotcha.
Man.
Ugh. I was impressed with the Jack Daniel's honey.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. I really do like that.
They've upped their game. The Jack Daniel's apple was really good.
That is also
Or was it Jim Beam? It was Jim Beam.
I think that was Jim Beam.
It was Jim Beam.
But I've had...
I think it was Jim Beam honey, too, and Jim Beam apple. I think that was...
No.
Was it... No?
Okay. Here's what happened. Now, I've had the... What did you say the first thing was? The Jack Daniels. I've had the Jack Daniels apple, and it's delicious. Now, the one that we got later was...
Jim
Beam apple.
That was good, too.
And that's also good. Now, somebody gave me a bottle of Jack Daniel's honey for Christmas. And remember, we went to that show at Downtown Disney. at the House of Blues.
Yeah.
Was it Evanescence?
It probably, yeah.
I kind of feel like
great
it was
show
Evanescence.
live. Evanescence. Amy Lee was great.
I bought him tickets for the. So I'm not into Evanescence, but
I was big into Amy
I
Lee.
bought him that for
Yeah.
like Christmas or his birthday or something.
I loved it.
So we went to the show, and I was kind of like, "Hey, I got this bottle of Jack Daniel's honey for Christmas, and I haven't, busted it open yet."
Yeah, that's right. We drank it.
So we put it in the trunk of my car.
Yeah.
And then like on the way to the show, which was at Downtown Disney, like I said, at House of Blues, we stopped and got big gulps, and then we put all of the booze in the big gulps and drank it while we were waiting in line.
I remember that.
And do you remember too that we were waiting in line like chumps, and then somebody that worked there,
Yeah, that's right. I said, come on.
knew us from iBar.
That's right.
And we were like, "Hey, that's that girl from iBar," and she's like,
We got in front before everybody else.
and she let us in.
You let us into the front, yeah. It's good when you know the people.
I was like, I felt kind of bad because everybody else was like, "What the fuck, you assholes?" And I'm just kind of like,
Well, she went, no, those are VIPs.
Yeah.
She said, those are VIPs.
Yeah.
She got us in.
And
Which
we
in her-
weren't. We just like,
In her mind.
we just knew her
Yeah, well, she knew us from the club.
from iBar.
Well, we were good to her at the club.
Right.
So, It was on a goth night.
And she worked
Yeah.
there, so she was just
worked
like,
there.
"Come on,
Yeah.
you guys."
Yeah.
She's like, "I'll let you in first."
So
We got to go in first, and we got like right in the front.
I didn't see her since.
I know. I haven't seen her since then.
Yeah. She was
That was
cute,
like,
too.
yeah.
She was cute.
JJ said, "Do you guys take days off drinking?" We do. Mm-hmm. We don't drink every day. Seriously.
No, we drink on the show.
We drink on the show.
Yeah.
We drink when we go out, which
Yeah.
is not that often nowadays. We maybe go out like maybe twice a month at this point. Other than that, not so much. We don't really. Most of the time, we don't. Every now and then, like if it's a weekend night, like if it's Saturday night and we're not going out, or if it's a Sunday night we're not going out, and we're just like, and we're watching a movie, then we're like, maybe we'll have one drink and stuff like that. But usually we don't. They're talking about. Tammy said, "I've had a moonshine that was PB&J flavored." Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Van Gogh vodka, like I said, this is the company they used to work for. They had that PB&J, which to me, I don't even think it was PB&J. I think it was just peanut butter. But
I didn't taste any jelly flavor.
I didn't taste any jelly.
They didn't have any artificial flavorings in that shit. It was just...
It was all natural. Well, that's why it was like more expensive.
Right.
Like I said, it wasn't American. It was Dutch.
Yeah, it was a good company.
It was, yeah.
really
They
good.
made nice shit.
Yeah.
Like their stuff was more expensive. It wasn't that expensive, but it was
Pinnacle kicked the shit out of them, though. It was cheaper and tasted
Well,
better.
that's the thing. It's like they were trying to get into that market.
Yeah.
And I guess they thought, oh, well, we're going to like make a elevated version of that. It
Yeah.
wasn't like hugely more expensive,
It was enough.
but
Yeah.
it was expensive enough where people were like, yeah, we don't care. We're just going to be like mixing that with whatever. So nobody wanted
Yeah.
raspberry vodka that was made with actual raspberries.
That
and
didn't
like
quite
fucking-
taste as strong and as good as the fucking Pinnacle, which was artificial. The way to go is that artificial flavoring. If you're gonna have flavored shit,
Well, now that depends because some of the artificial flavors are not
that's
good.
True. That's true.
Are not good.
Yeah, well, not all those Pinnacle flavors are any good.
Right.
Like the damn fucking confetti. Remember confetti? The one with the little fucking chips. I think they call it confetti.
No, I thought it was birthday cake.
Birthday cake. That's what it is.
What are you talking about? Birthday cake's delicious. I
No,
like
there was-
birthday cake.
Birthday cake. You got sick of birthday cake after a while.
Well, you have to, like I said, you have to know what to
Yeah.
mix it with.
Yeah. I was just
And
drinking it on the rocks.
yeah, okay.
The best.
I don't really think that that's the intended purpose. I mean, you can, but
And gummy bear was not all.
well,
that
I
great.
don't even like real gummy bears, so I'm obviously not gonna like
They
something
did
that's like made to
some of the-
taste like a gummy bear.
Raspberry wasn't that good. The best Pinnacle flavor, hands down, besides the plain. Plain is okay, just regular vodka. It is vanilla. No, excuse me, whipped cream. Whipped cream.
Yeah, and you
whipped
can mix a
cream.
lot with that.
You could just do anything with it.
And I would
You can drink it
argue
straight.
that the company I used to work
Yeah.
for, Van Gogh, their best flavor was espresso.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, and their
Definitely
cherry was good too.
that. Yeah.
But I really liked their espresso
Yeah,
flavor.
it did-
You
it did
could
taste
drink
good.
that
Yeah.
by itself, and that shit was delicious.
I remember it. The caramel was good too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The caramel was good too. They had like a lot of flavors, but they did a PB&J, and the PB&J was good.
It just didn't taste any jelly.
I don't taste any jelly though. And when you were making the signature drink that you were supposed to make with that, like the PB&J drink, you had to add raspberry vodka to it to give it the jelly flavor.
Right.
I kind of feel like it just kind of tasted like that, but not as sweet.
Another one that they had, it was what was it? It was caramel whiskey. Something, another one, Coke, around a salted ring, and it tasted like a payday. They were like a payday.
That was the
bar.
PB&J.
PB&J.
I don't even think there was another vodka in that.
I thought there was.
I think it was PB&J vodka
with Coca-Cola.
With Coca-Cola,
ring of salt,
and a ring of salt around the rim.
It was good. I liked it.
I don't think there was another flavor.
I was making it at the house. That was years back. I loved it.
Yeah, we made some of those. Yeah, they were really good. But like I said, I don't think they make Mango anymore. Because we all got laid off.
Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about, like, scary scenes now. Like, Dave says the emergent scene in Ringu was the scariest for me at the time. Sounds quaint now because the film's been copied, parodied, and is now so iconic. Yeah, that's the thing. Actually, on the video that
Is that done?
No.
Okay.
That I'm hopefully putting up tomorrow, I talked about the American remake of Ring because I don't know if this is a controversial statement, but I actually liked the American remake better than the Japanese original. But that's the only time that I can say that. Like, most of the time, like the Japanese original or the Asian original, because some of them were like Thai or Chinese or whatever. But yeah, I kind of feel like that was the only time that happened. Like, The Ring like scared the fucking crap out of me.
All right, let me go ahead and plug my show. You guys have found Jenny's show on Twitch. I have a channel called Tom 13 O'Clock Podcast. I don't think there's any uppercases or any apostrophes or anything on Twitch. And I play video games and I talk to you guys. You guys can talk to me more one-on-one. There's a lot of times there's nobody in there. Sometimes Zach will jump in. Sometimes somebody else will jump in. And if you guys want to talk about something, you'll hear me. We can talk, and I'll play video games. I'm playing fucking Lara Croft, old Lara Croft, Tomb Raider stuff. Fucking Legend. I'm on Legend right now, and I'm gonna do Anniversary, and then I'm gonna do Underworld. And then after that, I'll move on to some other stuff. Like I gotta work on. And you never can tell. I might be on another video game. You know what I mean? I might be on fucking Fallout, you know, when you come in. But recently I've been on Tomb Raider. But it's on Twitch.
Oscar says, you guys have to watch Barbarian. It might be the best of the year. I've been hearing a lot about that. Really? I've seen that coming up on a lot of, like, horror channels.
Is it like a Conan type thing?
No.
What is it?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But like I said, I just see it come up on a lot of things. I've heard like a lot of good things about that. Honestly, I don't know if you guys like. I saw a trailer for what's this horror movie that's coming out like a week or two from now that's called Smile. That looks pretty creepy. It might be Blumhouse. I'm not entirely sure, but that looks kind of good. I still haven't seen Black Phone. Jesus Christ, I'm so behind. JJ says greatest horror villain of all time. Ooh. Man, that's a hard one. I don't really like I'm really giving this a lot of thought. I don't know. I kind of feel like it would probably be like easy to pick one of the big three, I guess, like Jason, Leatherface, you know, Freddy. I don't know, though, because I kind of feel like those were only really effective and scary, like, in their first movies. Like, in the more sequels that they made and the more they seeped into the public consciousness, the less scary they became because they became a thing, and it became like a... I'm kind of more... And I kind of go into this a little bit on the video, which, like I said, hopefully I'm going to get edited tomorrow and put up. But... to me, if something's going to be scary to me, it's usually going to be something, like, subtle. I don't usually like real overt, like, hey, it's scary, and I'm just kind of like, okay, whatever. I don't really like that kind of stuff. So, while I liked the first movies where, like, I liked the first Nightmare on Elm Street, which, actually, I get into that, like, a scene from it on the video that I just recorded today. You know, I love the first Halloween. I love the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But as subsequent sequels came along and like the characters became more diluted, they became less scary to me. To me, like, the less you know about shit, like, the scarier it is. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like maybe those, because they're so seeped into the public consciousness, I don't think they're really scary anymore. At least, like, to me. So I don't really know about that. Guamakan says Black Phone was good. I know, it looked really good. It looked really good. I really wanted to see it. You know, I will get around to it. Camp Guy said the ring where the dude is in the bathtub with the power strip. Dude, I talk about, like, some shit about the ring in my video. You'll see. You'll see. There was a bunch of scenes in that fucked me up. There was a bunch of scenes. And like I said, and I kind of get into this on the video too, I'm just kind of like, look, I've been watching horror my whole life. I came out the womb being into horror. I didn't choose it. That was just the way. That's the way I'm wired.
Beer's getting cold.
Okay, so this is probably
try
better.
That one, yeah. A lot better.
That is a lot better cold.
Americans drink beer cold because it's so fucking hot here.
Well, I mean,
how much is left in that?
A lot.
Okay.
I don't rush me.
Okay. No, I just didn't know if you wanted one.
I don't like chug the whole. Well, I'll ask you if I want another one. I'll ask you.
I'm worried about the other one's freezing though.
They're not gonna freeze. It's fine.
Okay. You telling me when the beer cans are gonna freeze? Ain't that something?
But it hasn't been in there that long.
It can be.
It's not gonna be that
long.
long.
When I fucking hit that thing, it went.
Dude, it's 7:30. Is that what happened?
That's how that shit went, man.
Oh shit, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, in case you're late coming here, we have to go out later.
Yeah.
Although, like I said, we don't actually have to leave for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm wearing, so that shouldn't take too long.
Mackie Mac VR chat says, I agree with Tom. There are gay bodybuilders, but there are bisexual bodybuilders too, with a big old fucking smile.
Well, there's probably bodybuilders
I'm bisexual.
all across the spectrum.
I'm bisexual. You buy me something, and we're gonna get real sexual. Ain't that right, Jenny?
I would love for somebody to try that out.
Yeah, we're gonna say okay.
I would love somebody to try that out. A dude. A big, hairy dude.
I'm not gay for pay. I'm not.
Okay. I thought you just said. So, like, a big hairy dude, like, buys you something? What if he bought
you... It ain't gonna work.
What if he bought you a car?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I got cars. Bitch gonna have to buy me a battleship.
Okay, a big hairy dude buys you a battleship.
A fucking battleship, yeah. Fucking.
And then you'll give it up.
Only a big old gay bear would understand that. You're like, a battleship? You want a battleship? I said, yeah, you buy me a battleship, we're gonna get gay. Fucking, and I want the whole crew and everything. Fucking cannons. And then that motherfucker shows up with a toy battleship. No, I'm talking about a real battleship, man. It's stealing millions of
He's like, hey, I didn't say it was a real battleship.
Yeah, see.
I said it was the game battleship.
That's right.
Like, you sunk my battleship.
Yeah.
You know? See. Which is a good game, by the way.
Dudes are fucking tricky, man.
Just let me film it.
Okay. You monetize that,
Just let me film it.
You monetize that. Aaron's laughing.
Thank you, Aaron. Hey, Tom, buy Jenny a drink.
We already bought the drinks. We were out buying drinks today.
We did.
Thank you very much, people.
We went to the liquor store.
Thank you very much. This is a very good super chats today. Fucking, we're hurting for money. We're just like you people.
Everybody is.
$170 something on groceries and didn't come back with nothing, hardly. You need that something?
Well, actually, it was more like $200 because you bought $175 worth of stuff, and then I said, well, I'm going to buy some stuff just for me, like some peppermint tea.
And we were at Walmart.
And I spent $25. That was $200.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we went to the liquor store.
Yeah.
And spent another $40, $50.
Yeah.
Like buying the pumpkin spice
buying beer.
beers.
Right.
So, you know. Let's see. Oscar says, watch Pearl also. Yeah, that's the sequel to X that came out earlier this year, which was awesome. And I think that you, Oscar, were the first person that recommended it. So I wanted to see it anyway because it was Ty West, but I don't think you watched it with me. You would probably like it, actually.
Okay.
X is, it was made in 2021 or 2022, but it's set in the 70s. and it's kind of like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but like with a bunch of people that are going to make a porno, and then they all get like picked off one by one, and it's like a slasher, and it's really, really good. It was really good. I liked it a lot. So Pearl is the sequel, sort of. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm so fucking behind. Now, Oscar did not like Black Phone.
Yeah, Aaron says the money's getting tight for sure. Yes, it is. Money's getting tight for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, you know. And the thing about it is that...
So I got that garden going back there.
Well, and we bought the house.
We had to pay all that money for all it to set up the garden, too.
We had to pay all the money to set up the garden. We had to pay all that money to, like, buy the fucking...
We haven't even painted
lawnmower.
Lawnmower.
I've painted, like, literally, I have painted this office and the bathroom.
That's it.
And that's it.
I'm going to paint some of these other rooms in here, but I'm going to do little by little.
So...
it's not, we haven't even bought furniture.
No. Yeah, I mean, we have minimal
Why buy furniture? We had to move it anyway to paint.
We have minimal furniture.
We're having fun, though. It's just...
well, to be honest, it's just kind of like...
I'm happy.
I mean, to be honest... Yeah. I mean, 12 hours of my everyday are spent in this office.
So the other things don't matter that much.
And I have I have all my books in here. I have my desk. I have my computer, my chairs, and shit like that. I have a little couch that I bought. It's just kind of like I spend so much of my time in here, and then like we have the bedroom that has a bed and like the thing with the TV on it.
Want to paint the gym? Want to paint the man cave?
And that's kind of like it. We don't like. Yeah. We have, like, all these other rooms. Like, we have, like, the big living room, and we have all that other kind of stuff, and there's, like, a little fridge in there and shit. But it's, like, there's no furniture in there. There's, like, a couple of chairs that we brought from the old house, but that's about it. Because we never hang out in there.
No.
We go in there...
We haven't had any parties yet.
Yeah. We go in there and, like, throw toys around for Pookie, because she likes that it's all empty.
Yeah.
But...
It's just got... I was going to put a bar in there, because I have the beginnings of a bar. I was going to put a bar in there with a sink and everything, because I could... come off of this sink, and I wanted some like retro gaming kind of fucking motif with fucking almost like you're walking into like an arcade or maybe a dance floor. Not a dance floor, but like an arcade or something. Just something
could
fun.
Like an old school dance floor, because like I remember back in the 80s when I used to go to the skating rink, and they had those like cheesy, and I think this was like a holdover from the 70s, because I think this was in the, what was that John Travolta movie, like Saturday Night Fever, where they had the dance floors that like lit up from below.
Yeah.
Like like the skating rink I used to go to in the early 80s had that.
Yeah, well what's funny is back in the 80s, to do that, you needed a bunch of room. The shit had to be a foot fucking thick.
Well, yeah, because they had
now you can do that in 2 millimeters with fucking, a tile that will fucking light up and do that. It's very cheap now to do all that kind of shit. Sure.
Aaron says disco ball and velvet chairs.
Yeah.
Sure.
I was thinking about like buying some of those fucking, those little one-up arcade games and have that in there. They don't cost that much. They're small. They're like they're smaller scale. But then I'm going like, okay, I put that in there. Would I actually use those? Probably not.
That's what I'm saying. I'm always just kind of like, I've got to a point in my life now where I'm just kind of like, I look at stuff and I'm just like, that would be cool. Like, I like the idea of it, but it's like, would I actually, like, day to day, would I actually use that?
Or that would be something just sitting around.
Or would it just sit there?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like regretting, because when I like laid out this office, I'm like, oh my God, it's so big. I should like put a couch in here with like a thing. And it's like, have I ever sat on that couch? No. And honestly, I like having it there. I'm not saying that.
You could always move it in the man cave and I can sleep on it. You put something else. You can put something else there.
Well, the reason that I got it, I was like, well, what if I want to take a nap like in the afternoon and I could just like lay, but I never do that because I'm always too busy.
Right.
So it's just kind of like now, like I've got it and it has like this kind of like long thing to prop your feet on that like you can put stuff in, and Pookie is just like torn it up.
Well, if you change your mind, just give it to me and we'll move it in there and maybe I can use it and then we'll put something else in here.
I mean, I like having it there, but
maybe a cook station or a work
station. I don't think I've ever used it.
What about a cook station?
To be honest, I have thought about
like a toaster
oven? I thought like something that I would probably use more.
Yeah.
up here because, like I said, I'm too lazy to walk downstairs to the kitchen. I have a coffee pot up here already.
Jenny likes to be in her fucking cocoon. I understand it. I totally understand.
Well, because I come in here, I wake up at fucking 6:30 or 7 in the morning.
Starts writing books and writing.
And then I come in and I start working on it. I start working on the show. I start working on graphic design stuff. I start working on it. So I work like all the time, like 12 hours a day, every day. Like I never take a day off. I don't get weekends off or nothing. So I do all of that. Yeah. So I spend a lot of time in here. Now I do so I have the coffee pot there, and I thought to myself, maybe I should get at least like a microwave and a toaster oven.
Yeah.
Because I do have like snacks in here. Like I have like granola bars. I have like, pot noodle type things. Like I can heat water up in the coffee pot and I could eat those if I had to. But it's like, I think it would be kind of cool if I had like a little kitchen, like a little break area.
We can do that. I mean, I'll help you with that. Okay, First Symphony and Nee says, I have a couple of arcade one-ups. I love them, but they don't get played. That's what I was thinking. They look like fucking badass decorations. The idea looks really cool. Like, I want all those. I'll line them up and have like a little arcade like when I was a kid, but in my house. And I'm thinking, would I actually go out there and play those? Probably not. Probably wouldn't.
See, like I said, I always kind of wonder about that. Like I said, I always kind of like, I like the idea of things.
Right.
But then I kind of have to think,
would I actually play
Would
those?
I use that?
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily every day.
Right.
But enough to justify, I don't know. Like I said, I grew up poor, so I'm just kind of like, I'm very, very conscious about, am I going to actually, like, use this thing that I'm spending money on? Or do it, or can I just admire it from afar? You know what I mean? I can just look at pictures of it and be like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Because that's the thing. I kind of see stuff like, because we talk a lot about people that have stuff in their houses. Like, it's like, hey, we got a bowling alley or a movie theater.
Yeah, they never use that shit.
I'm like, do you bitches ever use that, though? I kind of feel like...
I was big into urban exploration videos and followed a lot of the really good channels that were into that. And they would go into abandoned mansions that were new, and they would tell the story about how the person got the mansion, how they lost it, and then they would show all the shit. And there'd have indoor arcades and indoor pools with indoor 2 or 3 lanes of bowling lanes and sports themes and whole basketball courts. And they would people would just be mystified that people could buy all this stuff and then lose it within, 5 years. And then in the comments section, you'd find all these contractors that build all that shit. And they'll fucking tell you the whole mansion scene. That most people that buy those don't like them. They get sick of them quick.
Well, yeah.
They'll live in a small area of the mansion. The rest of the shit's shut down. They never use it.
Like I said, they like the idea of having
it's like an idea of it.
But in practical day-to-day life, they would never use it.
They buy all this shit, have a big old mansion with all these fucking cool... They'll have a whole AMC theater in there. And they'll think, well, I'll have my friends over to watch this movies at my house. Well, guess what? All your friends got their own mansions too, and they don't want to go to your mansion. Fuck your mansion. They got
their own goddamn mansion.
Yeah,
they got their own stuff.
They don't care. So who are you going to bring? You're going to be some poor people from the hood that you knew back in the day. You can't have them there. So the whole mansion thing is kind of a fucking fraud in a certain way. And this goes back to the fucking Palace of Versailles with the French king back in the 1700s.
It's all for other people.
Yeah.
Like for display purposes.
Gigantic fucking French fucking mansion. And if you actually look at the fucking details, back in the 1700s, the king and his wife lived in a tiny little apartment, like a normal person, inside that thing. And they hated the rest of the fucking mansion.
Most people just live in a couple of rooms.
Yeah.
I mean, because why would you need... You don't need, like, other rooms. Like, it's like you need a room to sleep in. You need a room to, like, take a bath and shit like that. You need a room to, like, work in. You need a room to chill out in. You need maybe, like, maximum, like, 4 rooms. You need a room to cook in. So maybe 4 or 5 rooms. That's it.
And some of these mansions that had these beautiful rooms, marble floors, glass walls, overlooking a damn garden that had these beautiful lights and all these beautiful little miniature gardens of fucking bonsai trees and shit like that, and it's like a damn amusement park. You're in it's just beautiful, beautiful fucking rooms everywhere. They get sick of that shit real quick. You got to hire somebody to come in and fucking pick all that shit and fucking keep that shit looking good. And within a few weeks, you don't want to fucking sit in that damn room by yourself and all these fucking pretty lights looking at that shit. Fuck this. So all that shit
becomes... shit to do.
Yeah, I got shit to do. So all that shit becomes useless very quick. Real quickly. Well, you lose patience for it.
Like I was saying, I kind of understand more people that have a shit ton of money and are just kind of like, I don't even have a house. I just like live in hotels.
Yeah, go from one hotel
all over
to the
the
next.
world.
Yeah.
They don't even have a house. It's like I understand that more because it's like, look, they don't have any responsibilities. They don't have any kind of because if you have like a mansion or something like that, like I said, you got to hire fucking people.
It's like a business
to look after that shit, and you have to manage the crew, or you have to manage the person that's managing the crew that's looking after the stuff.
You need a butler, and the butler is like the damn business.
It just sounds like too much trouble.
The butler's the business manager who does all shipping and receiving and making sure that fucking the flow of all your fucking goods are coming in and fucking that everything's up to fucking snuff and all the bills are paid and taxes paid and all the inspections you have to do on the roof, and you need somebody to fucking totally... I mean, think of butler's not just some dude at the damn door. You know what I mean? He's running your mansion like it's a business. Hiring and firing people and stuff. So it's just... And then he's doing this for a house that you don't really... that you don't care about anymore. You just want to live in a little apartment.
That's what I mean. So I kind of feel like... I don't know, man. If it was me... Okay, now I would
want security, though.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I want a house to go back to this is mine.
I do like that idea, but like I said, I don't necessarily... I think like the fact of like, I live in like 20 acres and it's like all this fucking... That just seems like too much trouble. Honestly, I do like the idea of a theater, though. But I don't think that you have to... Because I would actually do that. Because I do actually, like, enjoy watching horror movies and stuff. And I would like... But it doesn't have to be big. I don't have to invite friends over. I don't got to invite friends over. I can just watch shit by myself. Just put one comfortable chair, little place for me to put my little booze or my little coffee or whatever it is I'm drinking. Little snacks.
The theaters I saw were about the size of
this room.
And
then I can watch the shit by myself.
They're about the size of this room. They can seat about 12. Big fucking recliners, but it looks like a theater with like $1 million sound and audiovisual.
Well, I did just a couple weeks ago. I did a graphic design package for a company that installs those. Yeah. Like installs those kind of. So I don't I don't need the whole shebang. Honestly, you could just put like a chair or two in there for
a big old in a large screen fucking television.
In a big screen. Yeah. Like I said, little place, little bar, little coffee bar. That's fine. So I can just come in and like chill out, make a little coffee, make some booze, and watch a movie. That's fine.
One of the theaters I saw was on the dude's compound. It was the size of a fucking, say, like a Starbucks. Okay? It had its own parking lot. You parked there. You walked in. It had a concession stand. It had on the fucking entrance into the theater. There was only one theater in it. It had basically a smart TV on its side that would show you the poster of the movie that you selected to see.
Yeah, that's neat.
You know what I mean? And then you went in there, and then it was the service from AMC. And it was an AMC theater. It had AMC written on it. It had AMC fucking...
Like I said, to me, that just seems like flexing. For no reason.
It was an official AMC theater.
Who's going to be impressed by that? Like, who that you would invite? AMC. Like, if you're rich enough to have that... Yeah. Who that you would invite over to your house would be impressed by that? Nobody.
I was thinking this.
Why do you bother?
He's seeing the movies on opening day. Just like he had access. And I found out later that, no. He saw them earlier. There's a special... Because it's basically an online... Those theaters are run kind of like an app online, you know?
Well, now they are, yeah.
Yeah, they're like run... They were... Well, this isn't too long ago. 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. So rich people paid a certain amount a month to get that streaming into those little official AMC theaters that they would buy a license for. And they would see sneak previews a few days before other people. So they were seeing them early by a couple days.
Well, and the thing about it too is that, I mean, even going back a long way, if you were, like, for example, if you were like a big reviewer or something like that, they would send you a screener. Like, you could watch it earlier. So you could review it before it came out, so you could, like, hopefully give it good buzz, like, before it came out, so people would go see it.
So he'd sit there with a tablet, talking to AMC, and see the trailers that he wanted to see while he was in there, and select what movie he wanted. And while this is going on, the fucking out front, outside, the damn posters would change of what movie he was watching, and it was just like... But guess what? He's the only one seeing it. Nobody else gives a shit. It's weird when you're thinking about it.
Well, the thing about, like I said, I kind of feel like a lot of that stuff...
It's flexing.
Is, like rich people thinking they're going to impress people. And I'm like, who's going to be impressed by that?
The other rich people, his friends won't be.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the only people that would know that you had that were other people who had... were also millionaires. Yeah. So they're just like, and I have that too, so...
If y'all got that, hit us up. We'll go over to your place. We'll watch movies. I know we got all kinds of rich motherfuckers.
Maybe. I kind of feel...
go to your place and we'll watch movies in your AMC theater. Because we just came out of fucking right outside the edge of Sanford, where all the damn real rich houses were. Fucking. Actually, that wasn't even Sanford, wasn't it?
Well,
that would have been.
Address-wise,
Markham Woods Road.
Address-wise, it was Sanford.
Yeah, but it was
even
more
though
like
it's
Mount Dora.
technically not. No, it's not Mount Dora.
What would it have been?
It was more like Heathrow.
Heathrow. Yeah.
But it was actually outside.
Right. Yeah. Heathrow.
The address said Sanford though, but we were outside Sanford city limits.
That's like the shit they would have in Heathrow. All the ball player houses were right there, with the McMansions. I saw a dude coming out. They were loading up a big old truck. He had a fucking badass trike. I rode up. I pulled my Buell up. I said, man, it's a badass trike. And I says, when'd you get that? He goes, oh, this isn't mine. This is something, blah, blah, blah. This is his. And I was like, who's that? And he goes, you know who that is? I said, no. He goes, no, he plays basketball. I said, oh, okay, I don't watch basketball. But it was the basketball player's house I was standing out in front of. And dude was amazed that I didn't know anything about basketball, didn't care about basketball. I cared more about the damn trike that he was on.
Have they never met anybody that didn't give a shit about sports?
No. They never met anybody that didn't give a shit about basketball.
Well, I guess not, because
that's what
they travel in way different circles than me, because I give zero fucks about sports.
Shits.
I don't know anything about that.
You don't watch basketball? And says, no. And I goes, who? And I go, my dad watched basketball. He liked it. He goes, your dad liked basketball. He says, yeah. I don't like this shit. What do you watch? And I said, I don't give a fuck about fucking sports ball. But it was some famous basketball player. I didn't know who that dude was. I said, so he lives there? And he goes, well, he did. He's leaving now. He's going somewhere else. I said, all right.
I used to know a couple of basketball players' names from like the 80s.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about those. Yeah.
But I don't think that I know any nowadays basketball players. Because like I said, I'm not a sports person.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about sports.
And across the street from that house was the dude.
My ex-husband made me be into soccer, so I knew about that. But it's like I don't know anything.
Across the street from that house was the dude that owns Ace Hardware. That was his house. It's a compound. It's not a house. It's a fucking compound. It was one of his bigger compounds, and it's fucking huge, and it has a huge wall around it. You can't see it.
Can't see it.
Mm.
Hugo said, I have a friend who has a 12-seat theater in his house. Pretty fun. I mean, that seems like the only thing that would maybe be worth it.
That'd be cool. That'd be real
maybe
cool.
A pool. A small one. Because I do like to swim. But
I would like a pool indoors, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. Like, I wouldn't mind like a small indoor pool, because I do like to swim and I would use that.
Yeah.
And if we had an indoor theater, I would totally use that, because like I really like to watch movies, and like I watch movies a lot. So I would use that. But all the other kind of stuff, I don't really see the need for. I don't see the need for it. I wouldn't use it.
Yeah.
I'm a very, very practical person.
It's
like
almost 8 o'clock, Jim.
Oh shit, it is.
Yeah,
isn't
it is. We're gonna get ready to go.
Yeah, I gotta get ready.
Okay.
What somebody said.
Yeah, read off the
Samantha
comments.
says, "I pray Tom doesn't get a DUI tonight or kill someone while drinking and driving."
I got a few hours. We're
not leaving.
We're not leaving right now.
I mean, we're only stopping because it's like I have to get ready, and I take forever to get ready, you guys. So it's like I need like at least an hour and a half or 2 hours.
I'm on so much shit that I sober up quickly.
So we're not even going anywhere.
We're not going nowhere yet.
For like an hour and a half at least.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 hours. Because the shit doesn't even open till 10.
Right.
So we're not leaving. Like,
no, we're just fucking accompanying you people for a Friday night, getting you all ready for whatever night you're gonna have tonight, which might be just laying up there and getting fucking listening to headphones and listening to other streamers.
Which is nice.
That's good. Well, we do it.
That's what we do.
We do it. Yeah, we do it.
Man, honestly, like after I get done with my work for the day, like 8 o'clock at night, I just put on my jammies.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, now I'm gonna watch like whatever YouTube videos they put up with that. Like if Brandon put up a new one, Brandon Tenold or whatever, then I'm like, well, last night I watched the finale of MasterChef. Now, if you guys haven't watched it, I'm not gonna tell you who won because it was like from Wednesday night, but I'm just gonna tell you that I'm like very happy with it. That's the team I was on. So I was happy that they won. That's all I'm gonna say. And actually, like, I was watching the finale and I was like, yes! I got, like, really emotionally invested, as you can see. I love MasterChef. But, yeah, so I watched, because, like I said, I know it comes on TV, like, Wednesday night, but I always watch it Thursday nights on Hulu. And so I watched the finale last night, and I was, like, really excited about that. And then we watched The Unexplained, which I call the Shat Show, because it's William Shatner. And the one we watched last night, actually we watched a couple episodes. There was one episode about, it was kind of like the end of the world, but it was more like, what would happen if like a big asteroid hit the Earth. It was kind of like that kind of situation. There was that. And then there was one about sacred bones, which was good, but I think I fell asleep.
Yeah, they were walking around with people's heads.
Which I thought was kind of like, thought that was kind of badass. That was Bolivia.
Bolivia, actually. Okay.
But yeah, they had like the Festival of the Skulls, and they're like, "Hey, this is
giving them cigarettes and
Uncle whoever," and they're just kind of like giving him cigarettes and like giving him food. I'm like, and putting little hats on them, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's adorable." Yeah. But I think I fell asleep like while it was going on. And here's the funny thing: if I'm like just sitting up in the bed watching TV and I doze off, because sometimes I do, because I wake up really, really early, and I don't know if I'd say I'm an insomniac, but I haven't slept like a full night in I don't remember how long. Usually I wake up every 2-3 hours to either pee or for other reasons. So I don't get that much sleep.
Yeah, Samantha, another thing is that the road that we take to where we're going is basically a private road. It's a private toll road. And it's always dead.
There's hardly anybody on it.
Yeah, even on
which helps.
Even on Fridays. And Saturdays, it's fucking dead.
Yeah, we take a toll road. It's only a few bucks.
Yeah.
And it's much quicker than taking the highway, which is free, but the traffic is worse, and it's way out of the way.
We can go from the country into a fucking warehouse center in like 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and see only a few cars.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's a nice drive.
Nice drive. Yeah,
I'm really actually glad they put that toll road there, even though it cost me, a few bucks. Like I think it's $5 or $6, like both ways. It's worth it. Yeah. Because honestly, like the major highway that's free is one, kind of out of the way. You have to kind of go
traffic on it.
And two, there's a lot of traffic on it, and everybody that drives on it is idiots. Yeah. So you really, really have to watch. Because all the tourists are on it. Nobody knows where they're going. It's a whole shit show. But if you take the toll road, hardly anybody on there. It's very quiet.
And by the time I leave, when everything I'll be shipshape.
Yeah, you're fine. Like I said, we don't have to leave for at least an hour and a half, at least longer, and because I gotta get ready. I'm gonna do makeup over. I'm gonna do clothes over. I'm gonna do everything. Yeah. First Symphony and Nia says I hear you on sleep thing. Yeah, it's like I can't sleep once the sun comes up. I'm awake.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but that's just what happens.
Yeah.
So I just wake up at between 6:30 and 7 pretty much every morning.
Now, Ben Frail says Howard Hughes just bought a Nevada TV station.
Wait,
so he
Howard
could tell
Hughes?
them. Yeah, that's what I said, Howard Hughes. What, I didn't say that?
Yeah, you did.
What did I say?
I thought he was dead.
No. Howard Hughes he bought a Nevada TV station so he could tell them what movies to play for him.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I remember that. We
He'd
did a show about
message
Howard
them
Hughes.
and show them whatever he's playing. Yeah. Well, it wasn't just.
That's right.
It wasn't just the one in Nevada. Before he moved out to the fucking Sands Hotel, when he was living in California, he'd get pissed off at fucking, I think it was Channel 13, I think, which is KTTV at that time. If he fucking went to go take a piss and missed a part of a movie, he'd go back and fucking call him, and he says, I missed a fucking piece of that.
Hey,
back it up.
rerun that shit.
And they back it up for him. All right? Hughes did not fucking play. All right? But
Well,
that
and
was
he
just-
clearly didn't give a shit about anybody else. That was.
he had money.
I guess if you have money, you don't
Back
have to
that shit
give
up.
a
I want to
shit.
say I missed it.
You don't have to give a shit.
Yeah.
The whole
No.
world revolves around
Yeah.
you.
He was
apparently.
funny, man. He was fucking funny.
Which
He
doesn't. Pro tip.
The Boss and fucking and Hughes was called The Boss. The Boss was fucking hilarious. There's a really good biography written about him by his right hand man. I'm drunk. It's been so long since I read it. It's a fucking black and gold book called the biography, I think unofficial biography or biography of Howard Hughes. It was written by his right hand man, who he recruited. He was a boxer. He recruited off the street on a blind ad to become his right hand man because he didn't trust lawyers, and he ended up writing that book. And he tells a lot of the mythology of fucking Howard is answered in that book. I read it after I got out of the Army. I was in my mid-20s, probably about 25, 26 when I read it. It was a fucking fascinating book about a rich, powerful dude he was talented, very intelligent.
He's an interesting person.
Good-looking guy. It was another era, but in his era, he was the shit. He was, and it's sad what happened to him. It is sad what happened to him. He was a good dude. Multiple head injuries.
Well,
and no, he was a good man. He was a very good man.
I'm just saying that it's kind of like, one, he had like a shit ton of money, which probably like put him in a little bit of a bubble, and he probably had some mental issues.
He had OCD
that weren't really addressed because everyone just kind of let him. When you have a lot of money, people just kind of let you do whatever the fuck you want.
Well, people knew he was crazy, but he tried to hide the fact that he was crazy.
Yeah.
Which made him more crazy.
Sure.
He had OCD and a bunch of head injuries.
Yeah.
And he was trying to hide it.
Sure.
And he was fucking fantastically rich. But he was also very powerful. And he was very intelligent. But he was... He felt very vulnerable. And he didn't want people to think of him as a lunatic. So he had to hide a lot. And hiding fucking kind of compounded his problems.
Yeah.
His a lot of the problems is that in his era, mental problems and head injuries were taboo.
Well, there was like a stigma about it.
Big stigma.
Nowadays, it wouldn't be like that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that way. He'd be like, man, I took fucking 7 fucking major head injuries from these airplane crashes and shit, and I've developed OCD and fucking I need help. And he would get the help that he would need today and still be able to run his empire.
Yeah.
He was afraid they were going to take his empire from him.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't want anybody
Which
to know.
actually back then they may have. Because I kind of feel like back then they didn't really have, and like I said, they call it the good old days. It wasn't, because it's like they didn't really have any understanding of people's like mental issues.
Yeah.
Like nowadays you had that kind of stuff, people would give you help. There wouldn't be like the stigma about it that there was back then.
Yeah.
But back then you just kind of had to like pretend that there was nothing wrong with you, and I kind of feel like that compounded the problem.
There was nothing wrong with Hughes in general, okay? He fucking wrecked a shit ton of airplanes and race cars. Took a lot of head injuries. He was intelligent, but he had fucking frontal head injury fucking symptoms and OCD. He wasn't crazy. He wasn't stupid. He just had...
Yeah.
He needed management.
Sure.
Okay? He also needed to talk to people about what was wrong with him.
Sure.
I mean, I went through that. Okay? That's why I fucking went through the whole VA thing. Facing it and being able to talk about it and being able to overcome it is the key to being able to heal, because it does heal up. Brains heal. It just takes time.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's better to like acknowledge it,
right,
and let people that have either been through the same thing or understand what you're going through. Like, you have to talk to them. So
right.
You need therapy of some kind. It's like you can't just be left to your own devices and thinking that you're the only person that
you have to be able to. You have to be able to say, "Look, I'm not stupid. I'm not crazy.
Right.
It's just that my fucking brains got bashed in, and it takes time for this shit to heal up.
Yeah.
And you are who you are. It's just that it doesn't fucking manifest the same way. You're glitchy, but you can't really help it. It's like you start showing signs of like OCD and Tourette's. All right. And it's not you. It's neurons in your brain that's firing because you're trying to reroute around things, reroute around damage from frontal fucking head injury, front part of your fucking brain. I have frontal left interventricular brain hemorrhage from a fucking frontal head injury, which was a motorcycle. Yeah, I got hit by a fucking military vehicle while I was on post, and got 90% of my fucking active duty pay now. I'm a lot better than I was.
Yeah, I'll attest to that.
A lot better than I was.
You're a lot better than you were like when I first met you. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You were having all kind of problems back then.
Glitch out. I would glitch out.
Yeah.
But I was like much worse for that first 2 or 3 years. Like, you just want to grab somebody and fucking choke them. You get real violent. Because of the frustration, you know.
But like I said, I kind of feel like that's a lot of what's better about nowadays is at least people like understand that. Yeah. Howard Hughes would get the help he needed now. Right. Back then, not so much.
No, I can. When I read that book, I totally understood. I was like, yeah. But he would hide out in his own personal movie theater for a year, pissing in bottles. And just putting it and having food brought to him and a damn telephone, and they'd play movies because he didn't want anybody to see him.
Yeah.
And you know,
it's sad.
Very sad.
It's sad.
Very sad. And because he would keep repeating himself over and over again, and he was waiting for it to pass.
Yeah.
And he would have fucking healed up a lot better had he been interacting with people normally, because it's a lot harder when you're in seclusion.
Yeah,
because you don't have any good input.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, you're only having your own shit bouncing back at you.
Your own shit bouncing back at you. Which is not good. And then movies are very shallow. You have to be out there in normal life. You're going to make a bunch of mistakes, but you got to be around a lot of people to go, no, that's right. And then not really hold that against you of what you said or what you did.
Yeah, you have to be in an environment where other people are kind of like watching out for you, but they're not like judging necessarily.
Exactly.
They're just kind of like understanding. They're just kind of like, hey, you're fucking up, but we understand why you're fucking up. Right. This is what you need to be doing. Right. And he didn't really have that.
No. So he was trying to heal himself.
Sure.
He's trying to heal himself.
Which he would. Right. And like I said, I think that's why it's kind of sad.
Right.
Because back then they didn't really understand the environment that you had to be in to get over that.
So I got huge respect for Hughes. I mean, he was trying for what he was trying to do. He was trying to protect himself and his empire. He said he failed, though. Okay, he did. He failed. He ended up being a fucking shadow of his former self, living in isolation around a security team that kept him doped up. All right. His fingernails were real long. His hair was real long. He was a fucking invalid. But he tried, you know.
But like I said,
I'm gonna blame society more than anything else.
Well, that's the thing. At the time, there really wasn't any understanding of mental issues. And it's just kind of like, I kind of feel like that to me is a very poisonous mindset, thinking that every single individual person can just break out of whatever the fuck it is they're doing. Like, people need help. And you can't shit on people for needing help, because most people do at some point in their life. So expecting somebody to kind of just rise above whatever mental issues they have or something like, and he had some pretty egregious, like you said, like head injuries and stuff like that. Injuries. And, you know, OCD, that's kind of a pretty big deal, too.
That came from the head injuries, though.
Yeah, but expecting somebody to, like, be able to just by themselves get out of that, like, hardly anybody can do that. And, you know, faulting somebody for being weak, for not being able to overcome that is fucked up.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we're past that mindset.
Hughes crashed a biplane and fucking his head fucking went right through the fucking front panel of the damn biplane. And his people were like, boss, you got to go to the hospital, man. He had a fucking massive fucking head injury. All right, his concussion, it was beyond concussion. You know that motherfucker had hemorrhages, bleeding on the brain. And he's like, no, I'm okay. Just take me home. Take me home. And he was never really straight since that. And then he would fucking have race car wrecks all the time. And his head would just... They didn't wear helmets back then, and they were fucking... They were madmen.
Trying to be badass.
And
that's what
if I remember, he had at least 4 major head injuries.
Yeah.
Okay. And
so it's not surprising he actually ended up like he did, because you could only batter your brain around so much before shit starts going a little sideways.
They were repeated head injuries. I only had 1. He had 4.
And you're pretty messed up just from that one. Yeah.
So he was the man, just from doing just getting done what he did. All those 4. I think it was at least 4, if I remember correctly. It was amazing. But no, I feel for him. I know what he was going through. I feel bad for him. He couldn't talk to anybody.
Like I said, you can't expect to
in
be
those
a
days they would go, look,
situation.
you're unsound, we're going to take all your shit from you, and you're going. So I know why he was doing that. He was sound.
I get it.
Yeah. He was sound. He just needed help. He needed somebody to tell him, look, man, stop glitching. Let's get back to this. Okay, yeah, you did that. You did good. You did good. Now rest, you know. And there's a lot of stuff that they could have given him that would have helped him heal up. Because it takes at least 2 years to heal up from a head injury. And then you got to that's just the hardware. Then there's the software problems, okay? So the software problems could take decades.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right.
People don't understand. It's like, this is like some long-term shit.
Yeah.
You can't just like get over that.
Right. So I got huge love for and we were gonna end the show, but he mentioned Howard. I got huge love for Howard, huge respect for Howard, and I fucking feel really bad for him because
that was just a bad situation.
I got a taste. I had a taste for it myself, and fucking he's weird, and fucking I love those stories too. But I understand it. I wish I could have been there. I would have been able to help him.
Like I said, he needed somebody to help him.
Right.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody back then just thought, oh, he's being weird again.
Yeah.
I don't think they really understood.
No, glitching out and shit.
Mark says, had problems with concussions due to football.
Yeah.
Definitely had some emotional management issues for a while. Thankfully, I've improved. I'd say it took about 10 years to heal.
Yeah, football.
Yeah, I mean,
wrestlers.
Like I said, he was in a motorcycle accident many years ago and got a really, really bad head injury.
When I was in service in the Army.
Yeah.
And
it took a long time to get completely over
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Wrestlers, football players, all soldiers, U.S. Army soldiers. Of course, I'm a soldier too, but anything that involves a lot of head injuries. Because explosions, IEDs, real bad for giving fucking head injuries. And it takes time. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
It takes a lot. And it takes understanding. You have to understand, you got to be easy on yourself. Because you're going to fucking react to certain things. You're going to do certain things, and you got to go like, I shouldn't have fucking done that. But it's okay. You got to kind of like forgive yourself. That really wasn't me. I was glitching out. Because if you try to moralize what you're doing or what your reactions are, you'll just beat yourself up. when you probably wouldn't have been that way before that head injury anyway. Because you're more aggressive, more impulsive, you're more apt to follow emotion. You're more apt to fucking speak before you think. There's things like that. But it's nowhere near what it was. Nowhere near. A lot better.
Like I said, you were a lot better. Because honestly, when I first met you... When did I first meet you? 2009.
Yeah.
I think it was. So how long had you been... How long was it past that at that point?
About 9 years. No. 14 years. About 14 years.
But you were still kind of messed up back then. You were still having nightmares. You were still having...
Yeah, well, some of that was from other stuff, too, that had happened after. But, no, fucking... I had the whole monkey issue.
Yeah, I remember
where I kept
that.
fucking feeling that monkeys were fucking trying to fucking kill me.
Yeah, you had that a lot.
Yeah.
You haven't had that in years.
Long time, yeah.
Yeah, that's been a long time.
And I love monkeys, but those monkeys fucking were trying to eat me.
Yeah.
It was just a vision I kept having over
Yeah,
and
he used
over
to freak out like all the time.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I thought they were fucking trying to eat me.
And I'd be like, "Is it monkeys?" He's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
monkeys."
Yeah.
Like when you wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a long time ago. You
that
have had that
would
like
come
happen.
and go. That kind of came and went over a period of about 10 years. You caught the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, you've improved a lot. Like, you still have some of that, like, sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of go
extreme situations.
into little kind of, like, things every now and then, but...
Jack Torrance shit. Like,
you do, yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, you still do that. You still do that.
But I think a lot of people do that. It's just that some guys do that. It's just you're more volatile after head injuries. You're more volatile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just ask athletes, man. Fucking footballers and all that. They know. They've been through it.
That's true.
Yeah.
But like I said, you do seem a lot better.
Yeah.
Although, like, well, you were a lot better for a while, but now that you've gone on all this, like, testosterone and all that kind of stuff, you kind of, like, drifted back toward that a little bit. But not to the same extent that it was back then. But it's a similar kind of
normal dudes do that under the influence of this, so it's not the same.
I mean, and I'm not saying that I don't talk to myself, and I don't do, because I do. But, well, I don't know if I necessarily talk to myself. I talk to inanimate objects, usually my computers, when they're not doing what I want them to do. Like, I'll talk to them, like, why can't you just do what I want you to do? Like, it's that kind of thing, but, you know, so it's that. All right, so it's, oh shit, it's 8:17.
Yeah, let's go ahead and fucking shut it
So
down, people.
we have to go
press the
this
thumbs up,
evening.
people.
Everybody
press like button, people.
Yeah, everybody please.
I only got one like on there.
Really?
Only one like. That's
oh
all
my
I
god,
said.
nobody likes us.
They don't like it.
I'm gonna cry.
Everybody's talking about their problems and what they got
really.
killed with and this and that. Yeah.
But yeah, so we gotta go out tonight. We're not leaving for like another hour and a half, something like that. So it's fine. I gotta go get ready. I gotta wash my face and start over, and I gotta start over with all of this. Yeah. But you know what I mean. Fix the hair. I don't even know what I'm doing with the hair. I know what I'm wearing, but I don't know what I'm doing with the hair yet. So yeah. So hopefully you guys had a good time this evening with our pumpkin spice themed show. Yeah. This was actually quite successful. We had this chai pumpkin here. That's like pretty good. And we also had this pumpkin nitro. That was the other one that we had. Oh, and that apple moonshine.
Moonshine was fucking
that
great.
That was delicious.
Go ahead and give that a plug.
And
Jenny.
like I said, I just grabbed that out of the...
that apple moonshine.
I just grabbed that out of the bin.
They were good.
By the little checkout there at ABC Liquor.
And it comes in a jar.
Midnight Moon.
Moonshine. Apple pie.
And it's
moonshine.
apple pie.
Midnight Moon.
And it looks like a sample jar. I love that.
That's the little jar that the little spices come from. The little Thai spices.
Yeah.
Little green.
Like
Thai
I said,
curry.
it also looks like a little sample jar that you would put like some mad scientist shit in. So I like that too.
Yeah. So I would recommend that. That's really good moonshine.
It's very very strong, but it's like really, really good.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we'll be back on Sunday, right? Talking about some movie. We don't know which one yet because it'll probably be one that we watch tomorrow. So you guys have a good weekend up until we see you next time. Thanks for dropping by. Like I said, please click that like button.
Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Charlotte from Argentina. Love you too, bro.
Well, hey, I love today's show. Thank you very much. So we will see you guys again on a Sunday evening. Good